Yo, what is going on? How's it hanging, every single buddy in this chat? What is up? What is up? We already got Nicole in here talking about a Dr. Pepper energy drink, which I'm going to try tonight, maybe, before I go see Men later on. Very excited to go see that. She's talking about a lot of awesome things in the chat here. I thought that was funny. What's going on, Andrew? Welcome, Andrew, if you're still here. Jake, how are you? Can't wait for Scream 6 and the Scream fan film you're making. Thank you so much, Andrew. We're working on it this weekend. I'm very excited for it. I also cannot wait for Scream 6. Super pumped for it. I got to talk about it with IRL with people today, which was nice. I don't get to do that too often. It's mostly just on here, so I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. We're gonna talk about the cast and all that mumbo jumbo in just a second here. So, what's up, Jen Warner? Welcome. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to everybody. Welcome, Jen. Welcome. Extron Gaming is here as well. What is going on? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be absolutely vibing today, talking about Scream 6. Who the heck is cast in this movie? What is going on? Where's the cast list for this thing? We start filming in what is it? It's the 19th. We start filming in like 2 weeks. We got something. We gotta get some kind of news sometime soon. I gotta check something. You know, now that I think about it, I just realized I might have messed up this stream. Trying to think. Yep, I did. That's okay. Everything's fine. If you're watching this on replay and you're like, I wonder what Jake could possibly be doing right now. Well, Jake didn't put any tags on his stream. Jake decided, hey, you know, who needs those? Who needs to do those? That's no fun. I'm like, oh shit, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So nothing we can't fix in a second. I also have a lot to share with y'all today about some. I got some fun things to share for everybody. So I'm going to show you all that in a second here. I'm wondering if I can upload things to the stream live while I'm here. There we go. Okay, that should be good. All right. What is going on? What is going on? What's up? Do you want to see Jennifer Love Hewitt in a Scream movie? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I'm down for that. I'm down for some Jennifer Love Hewitt in that, in a new Scream movie. I'd almost want to see a new, what are those movies called? I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. Instead of that series that was kind of, you know, I don't know. You're going to see Men. Yes, the movie. Specifically the movie. The Alex Garland film that comes out tonight. Very excited for it. Can't wait to talk about that. Doing a little review of it too if you're interested. If you guys are also seeing it tonight, so check that out. What's up, Ghostface? Oh, we got our first Ghostface in the chat.
Holy shit, it's Ghostface!
Welcome, Ghostface. What is up? What is up? Can't wait for Evil Dead. For the new Evil Dead. Just watched your video. Excited for it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, that was I had a lot of fun making that video. It's fun looking up like everything that has come out, all the news about that and all the behind the scenes stuff that was going on to make that movie. It's unfortunate we never got Army of Darkness 2, which is a little sad, but and Evil Dead, like the remake sequel, but I'm down for this. I'm excited for it. Evil Dead Rise is going to be sick. What's going on, Tori? What's going on? What's up? What's up, Gavin White? How's it hanging? Yo. Billy Loomis, says Yasmin. Yes, some Billy Loomis action. This is actually a good question relating to Scream 6. Are we going to get more Billy Loomis action in Scream 6? Will he be back once again to be Force Ghost Billy? I say that as a joke. I think some people take that literally, like I actually think he's a ghost. But I promise you, I know he's a hallucination. I just can't stop saying that, honestly. It's one of those things I started saying it, and now it's like it's embedded into my brain, into my vocabulary to say that he's a Force Ghost. there's so many like comparisons to the new Star Wars with Scream 5. So that's another reason why I think I do that. It's like this subconscious connection in my head about it. But I'm interested. I'm interested to see if they do more Billy in the next one. So what else do we got here? We got CNR Studio Beta. What's up? In theaters or streaming? I'm going to watch it in theaters. I don't know if it's on streaming. Actually, a good question. I'm not 100% sure. So, Ben Tramer's in the chat as well. What's up? Jessie Buckley is in Men. Love her. Oh, she looks like... I hope she gives an amazing performance. I seriously can't wait to see it. I think you guys know how I feel about A24, so I'm very, very pumped for anything they put out horror-wise. I'll be there, as they say. Who's your early prediction for Ghostface in Scream 6? Well, Ghostface, let me tell you what, I would be so down to talk about that, but no casting news, barely anything. We got a little bit of this and that, you know, there's some stuff, but like just not enough to really start speculating into that. I kind of feel like Jill right in this clip. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is how I feel right now as a Scream fan. I feel like what's I feel like something just smashed into my face because there's no news on like this. There's a reveal the cast. Give us something, gentlemen. Give us something here. Yes. What is up, Kershid? What is going on? What's going on? Cody, Ghostface is here. Welcome to the stream. Just started watching the VHS series. I'm on part 3. I did not like the second one. I thought it sucked. You didn't like the second VHS? What? Oh, well, you're definitely not gonna like the third one. If you didn't like the second one, you're definitely not gonna like Viral. That's the second one might be my favorite, man. Oh, that's a shame. I think 94 is probably my number one, like VHS 90, the newest one. That's probably my favorite, just because I feel like it's a little more consistent throughout. But the second one's awesome. The zombie skit is one of my that's probably one of my favorite VHS skits out of all of them. And the cult one is also from 2. Those are the 2 really memorable ones, I think. I like those ones though. Those are good. What is up? What is up? What is up?
What's up? What's up?
Welcome, Ghostface. Welcome. I'm gonna see if I can real quickly. I want to see if I can upload this thing I was talking to you guys about. Oh, no, it's too big. What? Oh, man, I can't upload videos that are 2 minutes long. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, at some point in the future, I will have a funny Stu clip that I just made. It's a 2-minute long clip, but I promise you there's a purpose to it. So I promise there's some kind of point to that. I'm not going to respond to that. I really hope Kirby isn't the opening kill. I agree, Christopher. I 100% agree about that. I think, what is the point of bringing her back if we're just going to kill her immediately right at the beginning? Like, what? Like, do a little more. Give me something with her character. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I agree, Christopher. I want a little more from Kirby. I feel like she's got to serve something for the plot, but a little more than just opening kill. So you can have anybody come into your movie and be an opening kill. Don't waste Hayden Panettiere like that, is what I say. Now, I will say for Kirby fans, characters who have come back for a second Scream movie who aren't our OG3 characters typically have a bad reputation on survival rates. So, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to make it through this one, but possibly. I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm going to say maybe she gets killed at some point later on. I don't think she's the opening kill, and I don't think she's Ghostface either, but who knows? Who else do I got to say hello to? T. Parker Evans, what's going on? Hey, Jake, thoughts on killing off Mindy to subvert expectations and spare Chad? Let him be the new Dewey final guy of the franchise. Interesting theory, which I don't mind. I don't know though. Are they gonna kill off Mindy? I feel like there's a lot you can do with Mindy's character. But I also feel the same way about Chad. Like, both of them, I feel like you could expand upon them in really cool and different ways. I think it all kind of comes down to what they wrote at this point. It comes down to, can they write, which character can they write a little more? Like, can you put some more stuff into Chad and then like possibly like build his character up? Or what about Mindy? Like, what can we do with Mindy's character as her being like the new Randy essentially in this new time, not new timeline, but like this new series of Scream movies? Can you do more with that character? Kind of like how, you know, Randy was killed off in Scream 2. And I feel like you could have done a lot more with his character. And so many people wanted more Randy. They brought him back for the third movie with oh, hey, he made a tape and all that. Yeah, that definitely happened. They definitely didn't film that after realizing, oh, we killed one of our favorite characters. I put it up already, Ghostface, but you know what? I'll play it again. So here's my Jill clip for you. Tell me that's not a good clip. Come on, that's great. And also, I have a question for you, Mr. Ghostface, but I won't ask it. I will let the Jiller Killer ask you that question.
What's your favorite scary movie, Olivia?
There you go. I hope your name's Olivia, or else that probably doesn't make any sense. But yes. We have many ghost faces in the chat. I'm digging it. What's going on, Carrie? What's up? welcome. How goes it, my good sir? It goes very well. Today it goes very well. I got to pick up some stuff for the movie, which I was very happy about. I don't know if I want to say what, but got to pick up something very special for the film that I'm excited. I don't know what to say and what I can't say because I'm like I don't want to lead into some kind of spoiler. So I don't know. But today's been a good day. Today's been a really fun day. So if Sid isn't in the movie, so I think it's if Sid isn't in this movie, so I think it's good because we get to see a true crime gang, Sam, Tara, Mindy, Kirby, Chad, Gale. It'll be good to see Ghostface calling Gale because that hasn't happened. I would love to see a phone call between Gale Weathers and Mr. Ghostface or Mrs. Ghostface, whatever kind of Ghostface it is in this new film. I'm excited for it. I think I would want that to happen. I'd almost want that to happen in the opening scene. I don't want Gale to die. But tell me that wouldn't be sweet if we had an opening scene where it was Gale getting a phone call like in the middle of her morning show or like 5 minutes to air. Get ready, Gale. And she's like, oh, she's going through hair and makeup and all this. And then it's just like, oh, oh man, I'm getting a call from Ghostface. And then it just turns into a whole thing, like literally as she's about to go live. And then she goes live after like kicking the shit out of Ghostface or something. That would be kind of cool. What's up, Bearded Entertainment? I am here to say hi. You told me to on Instagram. Well, I appreciate that. I thank you so much for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Bearded Entertainment is an absolute lad. This guy's amazing. He's the reason I'm going to a horror convention in August now, and he just became a channel member at the Freddy tier. So I greatly appreciate all your support, my dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I seriously cannot wait for that. What is it like? Is it Horror Hound? I can't remember what it was called specifically off the top of my head, but I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I'm very, very, very pumped for first horror convention ever. So, what do you think of the new Scream 6 cast member, Hugh Janus? Well, I hope he gives a good performance, and I hope he is. I hope he doesn't have a huge anus, as you would suggest. I like that. I like that. That's good. You got me. You made me laugh with that one. Congrats. Congrats. What else do I want to say? What else we got here? Oh shit. Bearded Entertainment with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Monster Mania. Can't wait, man. Oh, yes, let's go. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. I cannot wait. We got most of the original Scream cast coming to this thing. Gonna meet him. Oh, my head is gonna explode, I think. Thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Bearded Entertainment, by the way, y'all are missing out. It's entertainment, but with a beard. I'm pretty sure that's his tagline. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but finals are over, so I'm finally able to catch another one of these streams. Let's go, El Chupacabra. I hope you killed it. I hope you killed it on your finals. I hope you aced them. A+ student right here. Some good stuff. What else do we got? Where's my stew clip? Ghostface, I just tried to upload it, but I just found out that I can't upload videos that are longer than well, here's what it says. So the size limit for a video clip is 200 megabytes. I wanted to upload this video for when I had to pee, and I'm like, oh, that'd be perfect if I put some kind of a 2-minute little clip in there. So I just have just the right amount of time to run to the bathroom, take a tinkle, come on back, ready to go. But I can't do that, apparently. So the clips have got to be under 200 megabytes. I wonder if I can mess with it so I can still put a 2-minute clip up there that's that low. It might be lower quality, but it's funny. It's funny. Trust me. It's good. It's some good stuff. So I don't want to just do this. That would suck. I want to just do that and be like, okay, I'll be right back, guys. And then that'd be boring. I want something a little crazier than that. So what else do we got in the chat here? Who have I not said hi to? Christian, what's going on? Honestly, kind of want to see that gold ghost face mask. Ooh. Well, if you like gold ghost face masks, I got something special for you in red right hand. We designed a ghost face mask for a certain character. I can't really say too much more than that. But it does have some gold to it. So that's probably a spoiler, actually. I probably shouldn't say that, but here we are. Lindsay, what's going on? Get it up, baby. Yeah. That stew clip is coming. I just found out I gotta edit it a little bit if you're just joining, but yeah. So, but I do got some other ones. Like I said, I played the Jill clips earlier. You'll probably see them again at some point. I promise. So, what else do we got? Never say you'll be right back, because you won't be back. I like that. Ghostface. Some good quotes. I could make you something if you want. Absolutely, Carrie. Any time. Always. Always and forever. Yes. I'm so down for that. Christian, just so you know, by the way, Christian, is Christian still here? Christian Fanesca? I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. Christian, I watched Titan and I fucking loved it. That was amazing. I was so confused, like the first 50 minutes. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. But then you get to a certain point in that movie, and it's like, bam! Oh, it all makes sense. It's all crazy, and it's really interesting. Really, like a crazy amount of setup for like the weirdest situation I've ever seen in a horror film. But yeah, no, I loved it. I'm very excited to watch Julia, I think is the director's name, Julia. Very excited to watch her other movie, Raw, which I have still like. I remember I put on the first 10 minutes of it and I fell asleep when I watched it, unfortunately, but I'm watching it. I'm as soon as possible. I'm putting that on and watching it. So it was good though. I really enjoyed it. So thank you for the recommendation. What else do we got? Oh shit. Well, if Carrie is making something, then I gotta make something too. That's my thing. I appreciate it. Bearded, you've done so much for me at this point. I should be making you something, honestly, more than anything. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Bearded. Thank you. Bearded Entertainment makes some really good stuff. You made the stew train, right? You made the awesome stew train. I loved it. That was amazing. That's so fucking cool. What's going on, Conrad? Welcome. Belaze? If I'm pronouncing that correctly? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Who have I not said hello? Have I said hello to everybody? Because if I have not said hello to everybody, then something's wrong here. What's going on, Jake Davis? I like your name, Jake. Nice stuff there. What up, Jake? How you doing? Jake, I'm doing well, Jake. Just so you know. Oh shit, thank you, Carrie, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Beard, I swear we need to just collab. There we go. Like, let's all just collab on something. Let's get on a stream. Let's talk about what we can make. Let's make some whack stuff. I'm totally down for that. Oh my god, we got another Ghostface in the chat. Holy shit, it's Ghostface! Oh, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Another Ghostface. Hello. What's up, Jeremy? I clicked on the wrong one, but I'm glad I said hello to you. What is going on? What's going on? If you really think about it, Chad is technically the new Dewey. Interesting take. I like this so far. In terms of they were originally going to die, but the actors were loved, so they had them do a thumbs up in the ambulance. That's a really good point. That is actually a good point. So that could be a good justification as to why he'll stay alive. There's also another aspect to that, though. If he is the new Dewey, maybe these filmmakers kind of just hated Dewey. No, I kid, of course. But they did kill off Dewey in that last movie. So I wouldn't say anyone's fate is for certain at this point. I don't think anyone is safe at the moment. Maybe probably the Carpenter sisters. I'm gonna say they're the only ones that I really genuinely don't think will die in this next movie, just because it kind of seems like they're the lead characters that they're setting up, they're building. I don't think they kill those characters. The Meeks twins, though, I feel like are fair game. Like anything could happen with them in this next movie. Drinking my tea, absolutely vibing right now. Oh yeah. Conrad says the twist at the end of Identity was great. I don't think I've seen Identity. You mentioned that earlier. I have not seen that one. Have you seen Identity? Oh, there we go. Yes, this person says, Identity. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look at that one. I'll have to write it down and watch that one. I have yet to see that. Someone recommended High Tension to me the other day, like months ago, and I finally watched that a couple of months ago. And wow, you want to talk about a weird twist, man? That was cool. I like that. That was some crazy stuff right there. If you had to choose between Sam, Mindy, and Chad to die in the opening scene, which one will you choose? This is a really good question, Malachi. This is tough because all three of these characters, I could see them having some kind of future in this franchise, building up their characters in a certain way that could tell a new and interesting story. I'm kind of leaning towards Chad dying because I feel like Mindy is kind of like the new Randy, and in a lot of ways, I feel like Radio Silence wants to change some stuff from the past that's similar with their new film. So we have Mindy now, who is like kind of the new Randy, and instead of killing her in this movie, like how in Scream 2 they did that, they killed Randy off, unfortunately. Maybe they keep her alive this time. Maybe they keep the horror geek character alive. Let's do it a little differently. So I'm kind of rooting for Mindy to stay alive, and I'm kind of saying, I think Chad's gonna be the one that bites it, which is gonna be unfortunate. I don't know if he dies in the opening scene. I don't know. I don't know. If there's any truth to that plot description we got a little while ago, talking about how a survivor of past killings gets murked in the opening scene, they're done. Then it brings all the other survivors together saying like, okay, why did this person die? That's kind of weird. And I hate to say it, but if that's also true, it totally makes sense why they would kill Hayden Panettiere at the beginning of the movie. I hope not. I really hope they don't. But thank you for subscribing, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Did you like the Scream TV series? Yes, I didn't love season 3. Honestly, I think season 2 was really cool. Conceptually, I think season 2 is pretty sick about Ghostface gets away and they're trying to figure out who it is and all that. I like it, but I still think all the seasons of the television show, none of them compare to any of the movies personally. They're good. It's good. It's fun. It's a good time. But I would I don't know. I think the movies just top everything from the series, in my opinion. The characters are okay. The characters are okay throughout, but nothing tops Sidney Prescott. Nothing tops Gale Weathers, Dewey Riley, Randy Meeks. It's just like, you're not gonna, TV show characters I don't think are gonna be up there as much as some of these awesome movie characters we're dealing with. It's a hard bar to cross. It really is. It's tough. Bearded Entertainment with another super chat. Thank you so much, man. Or, and hear me out here, they brutally murder Mindy and we have Kirby as the Randy stand-in. And this makes a lot of sense. This could be the case. But once again, I feel like this shows a lack of confidence in your new characters, which honestly, more than anything, I want to see them confidently boast about these characters in the next film. Because honest to God, you can state a lot of problems that you have with the new Star Wars movies. However you feel about those, that's totally fine. Really, I feel like those movies would have been so much more enjoyable if you had put a focus on your new characters, trying to build them up and correctly tell their stories throughout. John Boyega's character, I know, why is he comparing this to Star Wars? That's so weird, but John Boyega's character, the way they wrote him was all over the place. I mean, like in the first movie, they were trying to set him up as the lead character, and they kind of wrote him all over the place. They write him as like this, at first he's like this, he's forced to work for the Empire and all that, and then he kind of is like the goofy comedic relief at times, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's like whiplash with his character. It's back and forth about how they want him to be in the movie. I didn't really get it. And then he was also like, Daisy Ridley's character, I can't remember her name, Ray's love interest at one point. It was just like, it was all over the place about what they wanted to do with this character. It felt like they didn't have a clear idea what they wanted to do with Finn. And then in the next movie, they especially had no idea what to do with him because they just sent him on some side quest that has nothing to do with the movie. And then in 9, they just completely pushed him to the side. Like, I feel bad for John Boyega because of those movies. Like, they did him dirty, man. So my thoughts is, instead of trying to make it all about like the past characters that everyone already loves, because it's easy to make it about those characters, build up some of these new characters, man. And listen, I'm down for Kirby to be a part of this new film. I totally am. I love her. She's amazing. One of my favorite characters from Scream 4. But I feel like if they don't show me any kind of confidence in these new characters, I'm just gonna be like, why did you even set these up as characters at this point? Like, of course people aren't gonna like them as much as the legacy characters. You're never gonna get that in your first like relaunch kind of movie like this. We got to build these characters up. We need some more character development with them. I would be fine with 20 minutes of exposition at the beginning of Scream 6 as long as it gets me to a point where it's like, okay, Mindy, Sam, Tara, I love them so much, and if Chad's dead, Chad's dead. I love him. Mason Gooding's amazing. He's like the most positive, funny human being that has ever walked this earth. But if one of them had to die, I'm kind of leaning towards Chad. I'm going to be honest, which is sad. I know. We have some more people in the chat. Welcome if you're just joining, by the way. Moser Movie Reviews, what is going on? Hey, how's it going? Moser Movie Reviews is on the Goldbergs, which is like the coolest shit ever. I fucking love that movie, or TV show. I said movie. Love it. I absolutely love it. I used to watch that all the time when I was younger. I'm not a big sitcom guy, but like that, I don't know. That one really hits for me. Maybe it's the 80s nostalgia. I'm not sure, but Moser is actually a character on that show, which is so cool. And like we discussed some stuff back and forth recently via Instagram, and he's a cool dude. Check out his channel. Check it out. Some good stuff. Thank you, Moser. I appreciate you for stopping by the stream. Welcome. What is going on, Dominic? What is up? What is up? Hear me out. I would love to see Cole Sprouse or Ross, R-O-S-S, Lynch in Scream. Okay, I know who Cole Sprouse is, but why do I not know who Ross Lynch is? Let's look this up real quick. What's the age range here? Okay, 26 years old. I can see it. I feel he's got the look. Yeah, he's got the look for a Scream film. Yeah, I can see this. I know nothing. Oh, he's in My Friend Dahmer. I remember. I never saw that, but I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I was really interested in checking that out. Yeah. So okay, cool, sick. He's a lead vocalist of the band called R5. Dope. Okay. I could see he could play like a college kid. He looks young. He looks younger, you know? I see it. Bearded Entertainment, thank you for another $5 super chat, man. Appreciate it. Everyone leans towards Chad, which is why I believe he stays. That does make a lot of sense. That's a really good point. I don't know, man. Like for me, I feel like if they kill off Mindy, it does make sense, right? Like it does make sense now that we have Kirby coming into this. We still have that Randy-esque character now with Kirby being a part of it. But I feel like there's also a really cool opportunity here to have Mindy and Kirby going at each other, kind of like they don't like each other. It's almost like they know it's almost like they know their place in this story about like, oh, I'm the Randy character. Like they could have a meta fight. They could have like a meta fight the whole movie, and then maybe towards the end, they're actually buds. They're like total bros. They're hanging out. They're like, oh yeah, like we love each other now. But like at the beginning of the movie, maybe they kind of hate each other. And I am here for that. I think that would be such an interesting character development. You could almost have some red herrings there. It's like, why did Kirby show up all of a sudden now with these new characters? That's kind of sus. Maybe it's Kirby Ghostface. You could almost make her a red herring or something along those lines. Maybe you could also do it with Mindy too, because we don't know Mindy all that well. We don't really know her all that much. So maybe she's Ghostface. Why are they fighting? Easy red herring right there. Easy red herring. So, but I get what you're saying. I'm not even trying to disagree. I just think that I feel like I want at least one conversation between those two about how they would interact with each other. But if Chad does stay alive, I'm down for that too. Like I said, Mason Gooding's amazing. It's really tough to pick a character I want to die because I think all of them at least need a scene to shine in this movie. All four of these characters really didn't have too much time to develop themselves in this last movie. So I would like at least a scene where we get to know them a little more. Give me some more of their character. How would they react in other situations? So, oh, welcome, Craven. Something scary is in the chat. What is going on? I'm trying to find your first message, but there we go. Hey, welcome. We're absolutely vibing, just having a good time. We're just chilling. We are just absolutely chilling, talking about some Scream 6 casting ideas. We were talking about Ross Lynch. Yes. Apparently a lot of people think, someone just said that, a lot of people think he's already casted. That's the thing. There is already a cast list. Like they definitely already know who's going to be in the movie. We're like I said, 2 weeks from the start of filming at this point. They definitely already know who, they already know which character is going to be cast as. They already have the characters. They already have the cast list. But it just hasn't been announced yet for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. I don't know. It's odd. Samara Weaving as the opening kill or Samara is Ghostface, asks Malachi. To which I say, Samara Weaving as a Ghostface would maybe be one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So, I don't know. Tell me her third act speech wouldn't be amazing. Listen, this is the same girl who was the killer in The Babysitter. She was also in Ready or Not, worked with Radio Silence before. I wouldn't even be upset if the mystery was too obvious. I just want to see this girl kill some people, slit some effing throats, as Mr. Loomis says. Mr. Ghost Loomis says. I want to see her. I want to see her killing some people. I think that would be sweet. Meows. I love this. Welcome, Meows. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a stream before, so welcome. Meows. Did you hear about the live Nope screening last night? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have not had a whole lot of time this morning to look up anything. I've been super busy. If you guys are unaware, I'm making a Scream fan film, by the way. Red Right Hand comes out in December. We got funded on Kickstarter for it back in March, and we've been working on it ever since. We just got to filming, and I had to do a lot of stuff for that this morning, and I'm getting some stuff set up for filming this weekend. We're doing a lot of the filming this weekend, like a big majority of it. So it's going to be a long Saturday and Sunday, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. So I had to get some things set up this morning, and then I was like, hey, I'll do a live stream. That'll be fun. So, but I will be looking into that if there's some big news. If I kind of heard that through the grapevine, I heard that the Nope news was that the test screenings were really positive, but some of the VFX wasn't completed or something along those lines. So, like I said, still got to do the research and all that. But that's just what I've been hearing through the grapevines of horror, if that's even a thing. Talking about Scream here, but has anyone really thought about Sydney's kids? Like, what if we get a sister v sister trilogy and Sydney finally gets killed by one of her daughters? So to my question is, my question about that then is how much of a time jump would we need for her like baby children to turn into Ghostface and start murdering people? I don't know, man. I mean, like, everyone has betrayed Sydney. That's the thing. Like, literally everyone. And we've kind of already seen one of her family members betray her and become Ghostface and try to kill her. So I don't know if I'd want to see this. I'd almost rather see Sydney get a call. Like, I kind of talked about this in a video the other day, Sydney getting a call at the end of Scream 6. Maybe she hasn't even been in the film really that much. And she gets a call and it's just like, hello, Sydney, right at the end of Scream 6. Like, you think the killers are done. You think they're all killed and it's over, but it's not over. The other killers are going after Sydney now. And it's a big cliffhanger that leads into a 7. And that's why we haven't gotten that announcement yet. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Literally anything is possible with this new film. Like I've talked about before. Smells Like Teen Horror. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to talk about the memberships in a second here, but let's talk a little more about Scream for a sec. So with Sydney now in this next movie, we don't know if she's confirmed yet. They've confirmed just about every other surviving character from the last movie to be in this next film, but why haven't they announced Sydney Prescott? Kind of weird, right? It's like they're keeping us in suspense. They're holding it over our faces. Why have they not put this out there yet? I really think it's because she's going to play a crucial role in this next film, and they might not even announce it. They might not even announce that she's in the film, and then she comes up right at the last scene. She's at the very end, and like I said, gets a phone, like she's just mulling about her day, chilling. Maybe she's about to go to bed. She just put the kids to bed. She gives Mark Kincaid a little peck on the cheek or something, goes downstairs. Maybe she's just looking out the window or something. She just feels something's wrong. Something's weird in the air. She doesn't like it. Something's going on. And then suddenly she gets a phone call and it's from an unknown number. She's like, that's weird. That's weird. I don't like this. Like, just, she doesn't say that, but she's looking at her phone like, I don't know. Answers it. And it's just like hello, Sydney. And then bam, just cut to black, just go right to the credits. Ghostface will return in 2024. Let's not do it. Let's not Marvel movie it up that much. But I think it would be cool. So once again, Smells Like Teen Horror. Welcome to the KillJoy cult. Sorry, my bad. Family, KillJoy family. Definitely not a cult. Definitely not a cult. Welcome. So thank you for joining. I do appreciate that. Oh my God, who's behind you? What did you say, a ghost face?
Holy shit, it's Ghostface!
Oh my God. Good stuff. I like it. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate that. Welcome to the KillJoy member club. You only have to draw blood once. Don't worry. Only one time, I promise. But it's super quick, I promise. But after you get cookies and Dr. Pepper, cookies and Dr. Pepper to join the cult. Family. It's a family. Nothing else. Don't worry about it. Join the cult today, though. You get an extra video every single week if you do. So there you go. Now, just because I don't even know I haven't seen what tier Smells Like Teen Horror has taken on. But whatever tier, like if you take just the lowest one, the Ghostface tier, you get like an extra video every single week. You get to see all the videos I've already made for channel members. And it's like a lot of videos. Like there's already like 5 or 6 videos that I've made. I just started the channel memberships recently, but they're good. They're pretty sick. I do review videos at your request. So whatever you guys want, like I'll talk about it. I'll watch it, put it up there. I put out 2 this week. I did both of the Dentist movies. If you guys have seen those, wow, that was really fun. So those videos were a lot of fun to make. So make sure to check those out. They're good. But let's keep it on track with the old Scream talk. We have 60 people in the chat. A new KillJoy Jake record. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Seriously. So thanks for stopping in. Here we go. Ghostface is saying Sydney is at work late at night, and she gets a call from Ghostface, who is watching Mark from inside his closet. That could be really cool too, Ghostface. I'd be down for that. Tell me something like that would be cool. I just feel like that would be sick. That would be a really fun time. There's a better chance of Nev being in 6 than Patrick Dempsey. Well, of course, but you don't think Patrick Dempsey would do one scene? You don't think Patrick Dempsey would just come back just to walk into frame real quick, get a smooch from Nev Campbell and just like book it, send it, get the heck out of there? I don't know. I feel like he might. I don't know. You shouldn't go crazy with the theories. Just expect a normal Scream movie. That's no fun. Where's the fun in that? I don't know. I like theorizing. I think it makes it more fun. Because especially when you throw some crazy ideas out there and then it's like, oh, hang on. That might work. That might be something they might actually do. Because then you find something where it's just like, oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. They'll totally do this because it was something that was set up in the last film. It makes a lot of sense. Theorize all you want is what I say. Theorizing is a lot of fun. It makes for a really, really great conversation as well. So I say theorize all you want. Go crazy. What's going on, the Dreaming Insomniacs? Welcome. Hi, Jake. How excited are you for Kirby's return? Well, my head nearly exploded when I heard about it. For the longest time, I thought, they might bring her back. Here's another good reason why you should theorize. Because everyone has been saying for a long time, they should bring Kirby back. We've been saying that since before Scream 5 even came out. And guess what? It happened. It happened. One of our crazy theories has already come true. With that. So there you go. Theorize. Go nuts. What do you think will happen? Thank you for the fantastic content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Dreaming Insomniacs just hit 2,000 subscribers. Congratulations, y'all. Good stuff there. They put out some banging music. Make sure to check that out. How excited am I for Kirby's return? Very. What do I think will happen, though? I really don't know. I'm actually quite concerned they use her as just an opening kill to get everyone back together. And I kind of hope that's not the case. Kirby's a super underrated character in my opinion. And I feel like we could use her for some kind of plot purpose in this next installment. Ugh. I almost just choked on my own tongue. Isn't that fun? Isn't that a good time? That would make for a great scene in a horror movie though. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. So, I don't know, man. Is it worth it though? No. What did you miss? I don't even, we're going crazy right now. We got 60 people in the chat. We're absolutely vibing. We're having this is a little more than just a hangout. This is like an absolute party. We got to get some music going. We got to go crazy. Speaking of music, let's play one of my favorite songs ever. Fuck yeah. Okay. If you're new here and you're like, what the hell did I just watch? I don't know why I uploaded that. That was the first clip I decided to throw in there. I'm like, yeah, I'll use that for something. I literally have no reason to use that clip. There is absolutely nothing I could possibly talk about on this page where it'd be like, yeah, I could use that. So anytime I can bring it up, I'm going to bring it up. I was in the Arby's drive-thru when I found out Kirby was returning and I yelled in excitement and one of the employees at Arby's looked into my car all concerned. That's awesome. That story just made my day. I would love to be the guy at Arby's who is just like watching someone geek out about a horror movie. That's awesome. That's great. I love seeing passion like that in real time. We get to talk about things here and there and I get to see tweets from people and comments and it's great. But when you see someone in real life just like absolutely geeking out about something like that makes my day. That absolutely makes my day anytime I see stuff like that. So that is a great story. I love that. Howdy, Spinks. Where do you think the new story will take these characters? I hope it isn't college. Yeah, I agree. Since we have seen it already, by the way, I just found your channel recently and I love it. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by the stream and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. But this is a great point here. I feel like with the college setting, it's tough, right? This is one of those things where I feel like they could go the route of, hey, let's just make Scream 2 again, but modernize it. And that to me, I'm just not interested in. I would rather go back and watch Scream 2 again. Sure, can you take that concept and do it better? I would argue yes. I feel like Scream 2 has a few things that like in a modern day setting, you could do better, but I personally just don't want to see that movie. I don't want a whole new trilogy where it's just like, hey, remember this thing from the past and remember how you liked that? Well, guess what? Here it is again, but in 2023. I would much rather any day of the week rather talk about a brand new story with a brand new setting, brand new characters. Give me that. That's just going to be so much better. Whatever your new idea is going to be, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be different. It's going to be something we've never seen before in this franchise. Give me that. That's what I want. I want something different. I want something completely, totally different. So Bearded Entertainment with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Sorry to change the subject, but when are you filming Red Right Hand? I'm going to be over your way in like a month. Oh, no way, dude. That's basically, yeah, we're filming through, we were going to start filming, well, we already started filming, but we were going to stop filming at the end of June, but what it's seeming like is it's probably going to roll over a little bit into July to do some more stuff. So we'll probably be filming all the way towards like middle of July. That's probably when we'll actually be done with it, is what it's looking like. So if you're going to be here in a month, there's a certain scene you might be able to be involved with. So I'll have to hit you up on that, Eric. I'll have to send you a message on what we might do there. So I'll keep you updated. There's something I could actually work you into. So that works. That actually works a lot. So we'll see. I don't think Stu killed Casey. Remember, Tatum said he was with her. So who did kill her? I feel like, Billy Loomis was also hanging out with Sidney Prescott that night, and Billy was probably there as well. So to me, I feel like maybe they both went and saw, like the plan was, hey, let's go kill Casey Becker, and then we can go and hang out with our girlfriends. Then we have alibis. That's kind of how I always took that. Once again, one of those things where I'd have to super overanalyze the movie once again, but that's kind of how I always took it. But a good point, regardless. I hope they do something original for Scream 6. I agree, Conrad. I want something I've never seen before. You know how much you can do with like just the simple idea of a murder mystery? There is so many different avenues you can go. And for the most part, they pretty much told the murder mystery story like the exact same way, like in the same kind of formula with all 5 movies. You can do murder mystery in totally different ways. Like let's play around with that in this next movie. You can still make it a Scream movie if it has a different style of murder mystery. For example, what if we're in a cabin in the woods somewhere? I don't think this is going to be the case at this point, but you could do a one-night Scream movie where it's like it's Scream in a cabin. We're trapped there. There's snow all around, and there's a ghost-faced killer. One of us is a killer. And we're trapped here with them. We can't leave. So I think that could be cool. So many different opportunities we could take with this next movie. So enough with the hospitals. Enough with the hospital jokes. I thought you said Jake. I think you said enough with the hospitals, Jake. But never enough hospital jokes is what I say. I'm kidding. I kid, of course. What else we got? What else we got here? We need to know where Kirby was throughout Scream 5, because in the deleted scene in the police station, we see that missing person poster. So where did she go after 4? Good question. I mean, we have that interview. And I believe it was from like 3 or 4 years ago. I think it's what it said in the Easter egg, that it was like, oh, it's from a couple of years ago. This was Kirby, an interview then. I'm curious about this missing poster thing, because I've had a few people point this out to me, and I'm just like, oh, wow, I completely missed that. That's interesting. So I'm curious what they do with her character in this next movie, because I feel like it has to have some kind of involvement with who the Ghostface killer is. Do they make Kirby Ghostface? No. I feel like that's kind of weird. I feel like bringing her back has to either do with the motive, like she's a new target of the Ghostface killer, or maybe she has some kind of involvement with them and she kind of knows who it may or may not be. I don't know. I feel like it's got to be something along those lines. You don't just bring this back. You don't just bring this character back for no reason, for just the purpose of like, hey, Kirby's cool. If they did it for that reason, I'd be kind of disappointed. I hope she has a very integral part of Scream 6, I guess, is my big point, which I feel like it has to fall into either the motive or who the Ghostface killers are. It's got to be one or the other, some kind of connection there. Otherwise, why bring her back? Like, I love her. She's awesome. She's an amazing character, but it's got to naturally fit into the story. You can't just have her show up and be like, what's up, bitches? I'm Kirby Reed. Yeah, let's go. Dab. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I apologize about the dab, by the way. I'm really sorry.
I'm addicted to dabbing. I've had issues going out in public before.
Like I said, I can't help it, so I apologize. What else do we got? Remember, the missing poster was not included in the theatrical release, so Radio Silence can't ignore that completely if they want. A good point, Mr. Craven. So yeah, technically they can ignore that if they wanted to. It wasn't in the release. But I don't know. I feel like it's something they could play around with in this next film. I think they actually might have decided, they're like, hey, actually, this movie might be successful. Let's throw Hayden Panettiere in there. Let's see it. Well, why not? Let's see what happens. So, Jake for Scream 7, please. I would lose my mind. I would lose my ever-loving mind if I got to be just a character. I don't even care. Like, I'll hold a sign or something in the background. I'll be tree number 7 if you want me to. Perfect. That'll be fine. I will dress up like a tree and just stand there like this. Like, there we go. I got branches. I'm thinking she'll be Tara, Mindy, and Chad's lecturer. I could see that. She's like a professor now. She's built up a degree over the past couple of years. That could be cool, actually. I'd be down for something along those lines. That's a natural way to bring her into the story. So there you go. Like I said, don't just have Hayden Panettiere show up and be like, "What's up, Kirby? How's it going?" Or hear me out again. Maybe Kirby has been Sid's hidden predecessor this whole time, and she takes over after Sid dies. Here's my thing. You can kill Dewey and sure. Do a lot of people are a lot of people were upset? Were they upset about that? Yes. Are people pretty like chill about it now? Yeah. I feel like it's like, okay, you know, I love Dewey, but at least it wasn't Sydney. If they killed Sydney, the majority of people would be pretty upset. And once again, I know Neve Campbell has said she wouldn't even do the character if Sydney died, because Sydney kind of represents like getting over trauma. And to kill the character now, that would kind of suck, especially after Neve Campbell said that and like how she views the character, how so many other people view the character for Scream. I feel like it would suck if they killed her at this point. With that in perspective, I wouldn't want Sydney to die at this point. I really don't. I really don't want Neve Campbell to die in this next film. I think she's a great character too. She's also an amazing final girl character, and I kind of agree with what Neve Campbell said, honestly. I think she does represent that, and it's one of the only characters in a slasher movie that has survived so long for 5 movies. Like, that's awesome. No way. Let's keep that going with this next film. The cool thing about killing Dewey, though, for me, is now whenever you get a sequence, a chase scene with Gale or Sydney, now we're genuinely, though, in suspense about if these characters will die or not. Listen, yes, did Neve Campbell say that? Of course, yeah, she did. But does that mean they will or will not kill Sidney Prescott? No, that's not confirmation to that at all. I don't think they will, but there's that thought in the back of my head that says, are they going to do it? Are they actually going to do it? Are they going to kill her? You could say the same thing about Gale. So maybe. I don't know, man. Craven, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Have to head out. Catch up with you soon. Heck yeah, dude. Thank you. We're gonna do a stream at some point. When I'm not like ridiculously busy and when not at a point where not every hour of my life is calculated to some kind of degree. So we'll have to do that at some point. Regardless, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, I really want to. I want Sydney has to live. Like she can't die. They can't kill her at this point, man. I'm always worried about that. I'm worried about like they actually might go that route. But could that be absolute genius? Like I said, could that be maybe exactly the point? They killed Dewey in the last movie. They clearly did it with some kind of an agenda. They didn't just kill him for the shock value. There's more to it than that. I've seen Radio Silence's other movies. They're not the kind of writers, directors. I know they didn't write it, but they definitely had an influence over the script a little bit. I don't think they just killed him for the shock of, oh, it's a legacy character just died. Oh my God, no way. They're setting up something in this next movie, 100%. There's going to be a bunch of chase scenes with Gale and Sydney, I think, if Sydney returns, where it's these chase scenes where you're genuinely just like it gets close. It gets close to like, oh my God, she died. Oh my God, is she going to die? Oh my God, I'm freaking out. And it's going to be more suspenseful than ever. I really think that's what they're setting up. And if they don't, it's a massive missed opportunity at this point. There are so many fans who will watch this next film and be in genuine terror of these characters possibly dying. They better take that route. They have a really cool opportunity right now with what they've set up. Hopefully that's the case. I don't know. Missed you last time. What's up, Eric? How's it hanging? Glad to be here this time. Thanks for stopping by. When are you going to answer questions with super hot sauce? It's going to happen eventually, Eric. Like I said, I've been pretty busy. I'm not even kidding you when I say like every hour is calculated down to a certain science of like, oh, I gotta be efficient. I gotta go do this and that for the movie and stuff. It's been busy. It's been really busy. This whole weekend, I'm not gonna be able to do anything for the channel too, which I'm kind of like, I should probably do something, but I really just don't have time. We just got literally everything we need for the movie now. We have everything we need to actually make the film, and I'm really excited. I cannot wait to bring you guys Red Right Hand, but the next like 2 months or so are going to be a little, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm not going to be able to like put out as many videos, unfortunately. I really want to, like I said, but come middle of July, it's going to be back to normal. Everything's going to be great. So we will get there. We're going to get there. I'm excited. We're going to do that stream as well. Like I was talking about, I unfortunately wasn't able to do it when I wanted to because I got sick. But it's going to happen. It is going to happen. So soon with the spicy sauce, the sauce. I love saying things like that. Sauce. Welcome, Nate Blanche. Welcome. What is going on? How's it hanging? Welcome to the stream. CJ asks the question of why is Neve Campbell being so silent on Scream 6? I think probably because, like I said, I feel like they're setting something up with her character. I don't think she's just not going to be in it. That'd be kind of weird at this point. Neve would say something. At this point, Neve would have said something about like, oh, I'm not in Scream 6, don't worry about it. She's staying silent because they're probably setting up something with her, the announcement or like what she's going to do. I really don't think, I think at this point, we would know if Sidney Prescott was not in the film. We would know that at this point. Neve Campbell would probably be able to, here's the thing, if she's not in it, Neve would be able to say something about it. And I guarantee you that she has definitely had someone ask her that question. Like I said, my buddies went down to Horror Hound in Cincinnati like a couple of months ago, I believe. And we're asked her the question like, hey, are you guys going to be in Scream 6? Like talking to Neve Campbell specifically. And they told me, they couldn't tell me what she said. They're like, dude, listen, if you were just one of our buddies, we could tell you, but you literally, this is what you do every day. You log online and try to find out like theories and like, and anything you can pull. We can't tell you. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I see how it is. No, but they said she said something kind of sus and they think that she's probably going to be back for the new film. Also, if you look into Neve Campbell's touring schedule, like to all the festivals she's doing, she's not doing anything in the summertime, in June specifically, which is interesting because that's kind of whack. That's the last time I checked it, though. That could be updated at this point. That was a couple of weeks ago that I looked into that. But from what I saw, she was pretty free in June is what it seems like. Doesn't seem like she's got a whole lot going on. So if I had to guess, yeah, she's probably going to be in it. They just haven't announced it yet. So they also haven't announced any of the other new cast members at this point. Like something's going on. So something is in the air. Something's up. So no, not allowed. I want Sydney. I want Sydney too. I want her to come back, man. I think that we need at least an appearance from Sidney Prescott in this movie. Like I said, I don't know if it's super like, oh, it's going to make or break this film if she's not like the focus of it. That's not as important to me, I guess. I would rather them focus on these new characters, build them up, because otherwise, why are we watching these new characters? Like, what is the point if we're not going to build up these characters? Like, are they just here for the younger audience to relate to? No, we need a little more than that, is how I feel about it. We don't even have a title yet. So typical Scream. yeah. I kind of like living in the mystery like this. I like stewing in all of this because then we can kind of like go back and forth on our ideas. It's almost more fun to talk about a Scream film than to actually go see it to a certain degree. So I'm really excited to pitch theories and stuff with every little bit of inkling of news we get. It's always fun. It's always a fun time to go back and forth on all that. I love hearing what you guys have to say too. I get some crazy comments of things on where I'm just like, I never even thought of that. That's awesome. Oh my God. So there's been talks of Ross Lynch joining. Do you believe that? I've seen this and I don't really feel the need to make a video on some of these rumors at this point. I think I used to do that. I used to talk about rumors and all that, but now I just feel like it's probably going to get, like, it's one of those things where, like, I'm going to make that video and 2 days later it's going to get disproved. Like, that happened to me in the past 2 months multiple times where I'm just like, why am I even talking? Like, what was even the point of making that video? It just feels like, I shouldn't have even done that. So I'm not really going to be making videos on rumors anymore, but like, I'll talk about them. Sure. It just, to me, it seems kind of pointless because now it's just like, well, that just got disproved 2 days later. So not really, the videos I make are going to be theories and actual updates. From now on literally everything. I'm really not going to talk about rumors anymore. I don't see the point. I don't see the point in doing it. Except, views, but I don't care. I don't care about that anymore. I want to make content I want to make nowadays. So more than anything, that's the biggest thing. The hype train during the teasers and trailers last winter was so fun, right? Like that's why I love this so much. That's why I love talking about all this. That's why I love doing all this. So where did your headphones go? I'm going to be honest, like, having these tight of headphones on your head for like an hour gives you a massive headache. So for me, I'm gonna put them to the side. I'm gonna set them down for a moment. I don't really need them. If my audio does cut out though, I will not be able to know. So maybe if you could keep me updated on that, if there's still audio or not. Here, I'm gonna put them here. So yeah. Good question. Blackmore is actually the fictional name that they came up with for Billy Loomis. John Blackmore in the original like script when they were testing out like actresses to play Sam Carpenter. So they had, I'm just going to put them to the side. That's getting annoying. But what they did was they wrote in, instead of that line where it's like, oh, my father is Billy Loomis, the line was actually, my father is John Blackmore. And it's like, oh, that's just a made up name. So now we have the working title for 6 is Blackmore. So does that make this next film once again about the Loomis family? Something interesting. I talked about this maybe a long time ago, like in a video back in like February, maybe March. I can't remember, but I definitely talked about that in an older video. But I hope this film isn't exactly about Billy Loomis again. It's not about the Loomis family. We have talked so much about the Loomises. Give me a new family. Give me someone else to talk about and to have a new killer from. Spawn some more serial killers that don the ghost face mask. I don't think it always has to relate to a Loomis family. A Loomis family member, I say. Speaking of that, Eric asks, how important is it to have Billy in Scream 6 and how long do you think they will have him in it? Well, this kind of goes back to my argument about how these new characters, I feel like if they don't focus on them enough, it's going to be like, I don't really know like what's they're going to, like if you don't focus on these new characters, if you don't build them up, it just seems to me like you have zero confidence in these new characters you've created for the series. And this goes back to the last film. Listen, I feel like majority of people didn't love the Billy Loomis idea, him being a kind of a hallucination of Sam's. I like to joke around and call him a force ghost, but like obviously he was one of Sam's hallucinations. I know some people didn't love that. Some people did like it. I kind of talk about how it's like, it's kind of hard to hate it because it's like, it's more Skeet Ulrich playing one of the most iconic killers of all time. It's tough to not like. But how I feel about it is that if they don't continue it in the next film, that once again shows a lack of confidence. Was it the coolest thing ever? No. I'm going to be honest. I feel like there would have been better ways to incorporate a Skeet Ulrich appearance in this next film. One of those being a flashback with him and Stu. How easy, they literally got Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich to be in this last film. You couldn't have done a quick flashback scene to 96 and then you could have you could have brought those characters back. Oh, no way, it's both of them. That's sweet. And then we have a scene that makes you like just completely rethink how you would ever think about that original film. Like it's a scene that's like, oh my God, it's behind the scenes with Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. No way, they were doing this at that point in Scream? Oh my God, what? That would have been sweet, I think. But once again, I agree with you that it's like, I'm kind of over it, but if they don't resolve it in the next movie, like if we need a scene where like Sam gets over her bloodlust or Sam gets over her killer instinct, mental illness, something like something happens to where she can overcome it throughout like the course of this next movie, then you have him just like disappear or something. At this point, you kind of have to do that. You're kind of boxed into that storyline. Otherwise, that shows, oh, so you actually didn't like that and you listened too closely to your audience instead of actually telling the story you wanted to tell. 9 times out of 10, if you tell the story you want to tell, it's going to ultimately be better than just listening to your audience and trying to do exactly what they want, because it's not going to come out the right way if you do that. That's what I've seen from history, at least. History has told us that. Hawkins House of Horror says, do you think Angelina, the Scream 3 second killer, theoretically, I do want to throw that theoretically out there, even though, like, come on, she was probably the second killer, will turn up somehow in 6 or 7. Let me take a long sip of my Powerade here. A long one. Because, my God, do I have something interesting to say about that. So, I don't know. This is a good question. To me, this feels like one of those things where like the Marvel movies, for instance, are having this problem recently with, you have to see like everything that came before it to understand that new Doctor Strange. There were so many Sam Raimi fans that went to that new Doctor Strange movie where it was like, I had no idea what was going on, but like, hey, Sam Raimi, cool. Like the style was there. I loved that. But the whole plot of it didn't make any sense to me because like I haven't seen any of the other Marvel movies. I'm not speaking for myself. I have seen just about every Marvel movie at this point. But I can see how that would be really confusing for fans of Sam Raimi who just wanted to see a new Sam Raimi movie and were kind of disappointed in that film for really not making sense unless you had seen the 20 plus other films that came before it. So to me, this idea falls into that same category. I feel like there's a lot of people going to these new movies who have probably only seen that first Scream film. Like myself and like probably a lot of the people watching right now have probably seen all of the other Scream movies and are like, oh yeah, that would be such a cool thing to see, but it might be a little too complicated. It might be a little too much to throw at people, at a general audience who is going into this thing just expecting a straight up slasher movie. I think it's not too crazy to suggest that Kirby comes back, because you could explain that with a singular character. But now if you're going to try to do that with Angelina, that might be a tougher obstacle to overcome. And no matter how you feel about Scream 3, I just feel like it's one of the least, it's one of the ones that isn't as, how do I say this? I like it. I like Scream 3. It's actually no longer my least favorite Scream movie, but it's one of those that I feel like isn't exactly in pop culture as much as like Scream 4 is. Scream 4, myself included, I grew up with that movie. It was the first Scream film I ever saw, actually. So I feel like including characters from that makes a lot more sense, opposed to including older characters from Screams like 1 through 3. Although, I would love to, I'm not going to lie, as a big Scream fan, I would love to see that. And Hawkins, House of Horror, has just became a new channel member. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to the KillJoy cult. Family. Just a regular ass family, not a cult or anything. I promise. Welcome to prime time, as they say.
Prime time, bitch.
Welcome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. What do we got here? Cody says, real quick, Cody, want to say hi to Ernie Bird. Welcome, Ernie. Welcome to the stream, Ernie. I loved 4, had it on DVD. Nice. Good stuff. Cody says, how would you feel if one of the killers maybe could be a kid whose father was the cameraman from the first one, and they go after Gail because he died on her watch? I would actually kind of like something like this to happen. I would not be opposed to this. And why I say that, I was just like, well, Jake, you just crap talked Billy Loomis and like how, maybe a new Loomis could arise and kill someone. Well, here's my thing. This is still different. Sure, this is a lineage thing once again, but I'd be okay with it because it's still different. Like, it's still like, okay, at least this is different enough. We're focusing on a whole new character, Gail, opposed to Sydney. Something Gail did in her past that technically wasn't her fault, but you could view it that way, and we could do that. Would it be kind of similar to the whole Billy Loomis, Mrs. Loomis thing from Screams 1 and Scream 2? Yes. But is it different enough for me to be like, okay, that's kind of cool? Also, yes. I feel like you could, maybe not specifically that, but something could be sick along those lines. You could do something that focuses on Gail, something from her past, then a new person comes and starts killing. That's their motive, is because you screwed me over when I was young. I could have had your position on the morning show. You know what I mean? That could be cool. That could be sick. The Bearded Entertainment with another $5 super chat. My God, this guy is just absolutely killing it. Thank you so much, Bearded. I would give you and your big beard a hug if I could. KillJoy Family Cult could be a show on Shudder. I'd watch that. Oh man, if Shudder, if I could get involved with Shudder in any way, shape, or form, that would be awesome. I'm not, listen, once again, not sponsored, but hopefully that happens at some point. Shudder, anyone from Shudder, if you're watching this, I would love to get sponsored. Please, I literally talk about I talk about him for free, so they're like, we're not going to sponsor this guy. He talks so positively about us already. Screw that. We're not going to give him money. He does it for free. But I love Shudder. I don't even care if I don't get the sponsorship. I don't give a fuck because Shudder is seriously like the best platform if you want to watch horror movies. I'm not sponsored. It's just amazing. Go get Shudder. Like seriously, it has everything on there. And a lot of other stuff that you've never even heard of that you're just like, oh, no way. I've discovered a lot of horror movies just by having a Shudder account. So I recommend it. Yurdy G is in the chat. What is going on, my dude? Finally caught you live talking that good shit. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yurdy G makes some awesome music, y'all. You should check it out. I actually got to meet him. He played a show live in front of me in the good old hometown of Cleveland. So it was a lot of fun. So thank you for that, for letting me come and saying, hey, check out Yurdy G's music. Make some good stuff. Make some good ass stuff right there. What else do we got? What else do we got? We got Kat in the chat. Kat left me a very funny message earlier, which was really funny. I was almost gonna tweet it out. I'm like, this is so funny. We were talking about the casting for Scream 6. We're like, when is this? I think she had left a comment saying something like, when is this when are we gonna get news? And I'm just like, I wish I knew. And Kat had said, if I had balls, they would be blue. Which I was like, that's all right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good stuff. So that's funny. Roman might have turned on Angelina because she might have accidentally tagged him to a scene of the crime. Oh, maybe there was something going on behind the scenes that we could explore in a future film. Well, once again, I do feel like that might be a lot for a general audience to take on, to be like, oh, I had to watch Scream 3 before seeing this. That might be conceptually, that might be a bit harder to get into than just like a general refresh on the Scream franchise. But like, it's one of those things where, yeah, I would love to see that though. Like, I would kind of love to see that explored. That would be sweet. It's kind of why I feel like the Saw franchise isn't continuing the Hoffman story. Like, it's the same situation. I feel like you have to see all those movies beforehand, where there's also this easier option where it's just like, hey, what if we told a brand new story and then brought more audiences here with the name, and then they don't have to see like the other 9 movies that came before this to understand. It's just one of those things I feel like might not ever happen, but it's a really cool concept. I would love for it to happen. That would be sweet. But is Angelina still alive? Maybe. I don't know. Great question. I feel like Sydney will always be floating around Scream, even if Neve Campbell is not in the Scream movies anymore. This is something that's kind of tough, because I remember the Radio Silence guys had said a while ago, they were like, oh, hey, like, we're, even if we don't bring back a character, they're still there. You know what I mean? They're still there in spirit. I feel like that's not the case. And I feel like the proof of that is in the show. Like, we were talking about the show earlier, and like, I like it. It's a good show. The Scream TV series is done well. But to me, I just feel like the characters are what lower it down to below all the movies for me. The characters aren't bad. They're not badly written. I can't remember the one girl's name who I really liked from that show. She really glows in season 2 as well. Can't remember her name for the life of me, but there are some good characters, but compared to literally all of the cool characters from the movies, I just feel like they pale in comparison. So to me, if you don't have a lot of good characters in a Scream film, I just feel like it's going to fail, and it's going to pale in comparison to the other ones. I hope that's not, like, listen, I hope I'm wrong. I hope the new characters develop into great characters like this, but to not have Sidney Prescott at this point might be a bit of a risk. We're going to have to see it. I got to see it to believe it. Like, if they build these characters up and I'm just like, yeah, let's go Mindy, let's go Sam, let's go Tara, this is awesome, then I'm all about it. But if they don't build the characters up enough, it's like, I don't know, man. I need a little more than just hear this and that. And if they don't build up these characters, I'm gonna have to call up Radio Silence and be like, listen, I'm gonna have to send you a copy, y'all.
I'll send you a copy.
just straight up, man. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. This is funny. Jigsaw says, just give the Jeepers Creepers IP to Warner Bros. At least I know I got a 50-50 shot of it being good. That's a really funny criticism because I pretty much agree. It's pretty 50-50 from Warner Bros. With their horror movies. Some of them are amazing, like It from 2017, and then some of them are just kind of poopy, kind of pee-pee poo-poo, as I like to say. But yes, I'm not even reporting on the Jeepers Creepers news because it's all bad news. I don't like giving bad news. I don't like giving bad news at this point. It's also tough for me to give updates on something I'm just not excited about. Like if I'm not excited about it, I don't see the point in making the video. I'm not, this isn't a drama channel. This isn't is this bad thing happening with this movie? Nah, I want to create a really positive community here where we can all get excited about horror films and be like, oh, hey, this is really good news. This is awesome. I like reporting on happy stuff. That's my big thing. So it's kind of like, there's really no good news with the new Jeepers Creepers at this point. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Destination Station is here. Welcome. Sister from another mister. Talking about Carrie and Necessary Distraction. Nice. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Thank you. Dr. Sleep is awesome. One of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. Haven't seen The Shining. Oh, you haven't seen The Shining? That movie probably doesn't make any sense to you then. You got to watch The Shining. Oh, man. Yeah, you got to watch The Shining before Dr. Sleep, man. Interesting. So, I wish they didn't kill Henry Winkler in Scream 1. The Principal Himbry needs to come back. We need to bring him back. I love Henry Winkler. He's amazing. I still have yet to see all of Barry, but I know he's a part of that show, and I guess he kills it. So, what's going on, Corey? Welcome. Sending good vibes. You're from Winnipeg. I've heard you say multiple times. Welcome to the stream, Corey. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Hawkins House of Horror says, your thoughts on the upcoming new Exorcist movie. And once again, I'm going to need to take a long sip of my delicious throat coat tea. Because let me tell you, I got a lot to say about this. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. I think David Gordon Green is a pretty damn good director at this point. I saw what his team did without him in Firestarter, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't love that new Firestarter movie. And it's pretty much the same team of people who made all the new Halloween films. That one just felt so like, there's nothing about the new Firestarter that I felt was really interesting or really crazy. I don't know. I wasn't in love with it. I wish I liked it more. I really do. But I can tell that David Gordon Green definitely has an influence over the new Halloween movies, that he really just brings this awesome new energy to the table. Some may disagree, and that's totally fine, but I really like those films. I feel like his energy, where it's like he likes to build up these characters you've just met, give you this really funny scene with them, and then kill them off. So it's just enough time. He puts it right. There's just the right amount of time to fall in love with these characters, to like these characters, just enough to where their deaths feel a little more brutal and a little more wrong. It's like, oh man, I kind of wanted some more from these characters, these side characters you just met. And it's an amazing trick. It really is. Being a director, being a writer is like performing magic tricks. And this is his trick that he likes to do multiple times across Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I just feel like that style is not going to work at all with The Exorcist, because The Exorcist is not a slasher movie. It's a slow burn psychological horror film that I just feel like his style isn't going to work well with. Not saying David Gordon Green's a bad director at all. I'm saying quite the opposite. I'm saying that his style is so specific, I feel like it really only works with slasher films. But I will give it a chance. 100%. I'll check it out. I'll check it out, and I don't think there needs to be 3 of them either. That is another thing that I just feel like is really weird. But The Exorcist is one of my favorite horror films of all time. I love it. I really just hope this is good. I really hope it's at least halfway decent and not just like, hey, The Exorcist, come check it out in October of 2023 for money. I just hope that's not the case. I really hope not. But once again, we'll have to see it. I'll give it a chance. It's Blumhouse. Blumhouse does a good job with a lot of things, in my opinion. They really only have a few duds here and there. So we'll have to see. Thoughts on Idle Hands? I've only seen Idle Hands once, and I remember just not loving it. I don't know. It didn't. Nothing like I remember Dexter Holland from The Offspring is in it, and he gets murdered in a really visceral way. That was really cool. But like, I don't know. The rest of the movie just, I don't know. Some movies just aren't for me, I guess. So the humor especially just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't hit for me for whatever reason. I typically like that kind of stuff too. So I don't know. I know it's got a big fan base, so, and I have to watch it again. That's also not fair of me to say since I've really only seen it once. So how would you feel if Sam Raimi directed a new Nightmare movie? Ooh, I would love that. I feel like he would bring a really interesting style to the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. That could be really interesting. I'd be down. I'd be down for a Sam Raimi Nightmare on Elm Street film. That could be fun. His style's very like Fever Dream-esque. You know what I mean? Like he's very like Fever Dreamy. So I'm down. I'd be so down for that. I wish that would happen. We need a new Nightmare on Elm Street. What's going on with that? So watch Lake Bodom on Shudder. Ooh. Justin, I'm going to look this up. Lake Bodom. 2016 film on Shudder, I believe. It is not on Shudder. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong movie, but I think this is it. Lake Bodom is a film about four friends who are spending the night at Lake Bodom, where unsolved murders took place many years ago. The young men are determined to venture into the dense forest to solve the mystery. Interesting. I feel like, 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Damn. Okay. Okay, I'm interested. This is one of those movies that I've never heard about. This sounds interesting. So I'm down. I'm down. I'll have to check that out. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. Damn. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. I'm gonna bookmark that on Shudder right now because like that actually sounds interesting. I feel like if I was in that situation, I found out murders were happening in a cabin somewhere, and like I had to dive into the deep forest to go figure it out. I'm not gonna lie, I would be the one who would cry in the corner and just kind of leave because I'd be like, yeah, that's gonna be a no for me. Damn, okay. All right, adding it to the list. Adding it to my list on Shudder. So that one I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to check that out. They just put out this found footage documentary, which I'm probably going to watch at some point because I'm curious. I've heard some really positive things about it. I've heard some really positive things about this found footage documentary. I want to watch that, and I want to watch the what is it? Crystal Lake Memories, Crystal Lake Diaries, or whatever. I want to learn more about the Friday franchise too. I watched this whole like 2-hour long thing behind the scenes of Jaws, and there's so much about that movie that you would never know, and it's so cool. I'm kind of feeling one of those right now. So that's the one, and it's full of twists. I just found it on Shudder. I added it to my list. I'm gonna watch it. So Ernie asks an interesting question. Did I like the Child's Play 2019 reboots? I feel like the gore and the kills were absolutely amazing. And listen, I love Mark Hamill to death, but I just don't love what he did with the voice for Chucky. Chucky has a very specific voice, and it's just like that's something that's always been so cool about him. It's like this little tiny doll, right? And it looks like a kid. And the voice that comes out of it sounds like a scary, scratchy old man voice, which is horrifying. That's such a good idea for a slasher killer, for some kind of like monster in your movie. And Mark Hamill does just a kid sounding voice. And to me, it's just not as scary as like, I'm trying to think of something Chucky would say, like, I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean? Like imagine a little tiny baby and it looks at you and it just goes, hey, I'm going to stab you in the face. You know what I mean? Like that's way scarier opposed to if the baby was just like, ooh, goo goo gaga. You know what I mean? Like that's just not as scary to me. I feel like I love his voice work. He's like one of the best Jokers ever, but I just didn't love his voice in that movie. And the ending is also kind of whack. I think the 2019 movie's not bad, but definitely kind of feels a little unnecessary. So what's the found footage film you were talking about? There's this thing on Shudder where it's a documentary. It's like the found footage phenomenon, I think it's called. They just released it. The found footage phenomenon, Shudder original. How long is it? It's 104 minutes, so it's not like that bad. Like Crystal Lake Diaries, I think is like 3 hours or something. So 104 minutes, talks about the history of found footage flicks. I'm very excited to see it. I'm very, very excited to check that out. So I'm a big found footage fan. Not all of them are good, but but to me, that's the charm of it, I think. So, because when you do find a good one, it's just like it really stands out. So, please don't spam the chat, my dudes. Also, don't spam the chat with things that just aren't confirmed yet. If there's rumors out there, that's cool, but you know, if something's out there that's just a rumor, we don't like to say that in literal terms, because then some people get confused and they go and repeat it, and it's just like, well, that's not true yet. So I don't want anyone saying stuff that isn't necessarily true about upcoming films. So, I know we spoke on Twitter about it, Jake, but wow, how good was Paranormal Activity Next of Kin? I really liked I really enjoyed Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. It was one of those movies that caught me by surprise. I was like, really? Okay. All right. You go, Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. I think if you go into that movie and you're like expecting a straight up Paranormal Activity flick with jump scares and like shit moving around and all that, you're going to be disappointed, because that's not quite what this film is. But to me, it's totally different. It's one of those movies that like is just a straight up found footage flick. It feels much more like a segment of a VHS movie, but expanded into a 90-minute film. And I really liked that. I thought that was cool. Did you see the documentary about Paranormal Activity? No, I don't think I did. No, that's awesome. I didn't even know there was a documentary on that. I'll have to watch that. That's cool. I know we're supposed to be talking about Scream, but I'm just like, I'm kind of going off what the chat wants to talk about. So if you, whatever you guys want to talk about, let's just go nuts. Asking for your opinion, what do you think if one of the ghost faces from Scream was one of the final people with motivation from the previous culprits? I'm actually okay. I'm actually kind of interested in this. I would not be against that, because it's kind of interesting. That's something that the Scream films have really never done before. So I'd be interested in this. I think if you made like Mindy or Chad like a surprise third killer or something, it could make sense too. I think with Chad, I talked a little bit about, I made a video talking about, was there a third killer the entire time? My take on that. And I said something along the lines of, well, it's kind of suspicious when Chad gets killed. I can't remember precisely what he says off the top of my head, but he says something like, it's like, no, not me, or something like that. He says something like kind of suspicious. I don't think you would say that if you're getting chased by a guy with a knife. I think you're just going to scream and run away if you're getting chased by Ghostface with a knife. And he says something kind of sussy, kind of sus, as the kids are saying. So to me, I think it would be interesting if they made like Chad or Mindy a secret third killer the whole time. And that's what that could be the motivation, is like, oh, you killed my friends. You killed Richie and Amber. So now I'm coming after you. That could be cool. That could be pretty cool. I'd be down to see that. Did I enjoy Freaky? Absolutely. I loved Freaky. Freaky was awesome. I'm very excited to see what Christopher Landon does next. Doesn't he have a movie coming to Netflix at some point? Or is that's the writer of Freaky, I think. What's his name? Michael something? Freaky 2020. I gotta look this up now because I'm curious. So, yeah, Michael, what is his name? I can't find his name. I can't find it. Oh, Michael Kennedy. That's it. I just remembered. Michael Kennedy is writing this new movie that sounds kind of interesting. Is it Michael Kennedy? Film writer. There we go. Yes. I'm like, I'm not crazy. Maybe I am crazy. I'm pretty sure it's him. I might be wrong. I don't know. It's either him or Christopher Landon, who is working on this new film, and it's like a time travel slasher flick or something that's coming to Netflix. I'm really excited. Yo, Jake, hope you're well. Can you handle that, Blondie? I can handle the fact that you just wished me well. I appreciate it, Jordan. I like the aggressiveness of that. He says, no, wait, stop. It's kind of sus. Listen, I feel like that's a bit of a weird thing to say. I don't think I would say, no, wait, stop. I don't think I would say that. I would say, oh my God, and just run. I wouldn't even say that. I would just start running. If a dude came at me with a knife, which, by the way, can we talk about the Ghostface knife real quick? I finally ordered one, and let me show. I don't even know if I can show this on stream or not, but like, I'm not gonna take it. It's kind of weird that I have it right next to me. This is the Ghostface knife. This is a buck 119. Look how tiny this thing is. Like the knife we used for the original Red Right Hand, which is the wrong knife, and many have pointed that out to me, but to me, it just looks, this is so, look how small this is. Look how tiny this thing is. This is a tiny ass little knife. And no, it is not a buck 120. I thought it was a buck 120 for the longest time. After doing some research, it's a buck 119. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tiny ass knife, man. That's a really tiny ass knife. I was expecting, because like we use this like Winchester knife that's like big. It's like this big, and it's just like, oh, that's scary as hell. It's bigger than my face. But yeah, I don't know. They use a I did the research, man. I'm pretty sure because the Buck 120 looks a little different, like the edging or whatever. I think what was I can't. Matt did this research. I'll be completely honest with you all. But what's the Buck 120 look like? There's something different about it that we were like, oh, that doesn't look right. Is it the coloring or something? There was something about I can't remember what it was specifically off the top of my head, but there's something about the Buck 119 we liked. It looked a little better, and I guess was a little more like authentic or something. I don't know. That's a Matt question right there. But thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. You 3D printed some too. That's fucking sick. Yeah, it actually says 119 on it. Like there you go. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, no, because I thought the same thing. I thought it was a 122, but I guess not. I don't even think I can take this off on stream. That would be kind of sus, I think, if I did that. I know you're not allowed to have like I know what are you not allowed to have? You're not allowed to have like weapons on a stream. So I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not. This knife looks much more like Ghostface's knife than the Buck 120. I can't remember why. I'd have to ask. That's a Matt question, like I said. So. I would be sad if Chad was the killer or died, because he was one of my favorites out of the new cast. Yeah, I agree, man. I loved him. I think he's great. I really hope I really hope that if they do kill him, we at least get a scene with the guy, right? Like I want at least like just a couple of, give me a conversation with the guy. You know what I mean? Just give me something. I don't know, man. To me, I don't want him. If they're gonna kill him in the opening scene, give me a sequence with him. Give me something. So the 119 is shorter, is what you're telling me? Well, listen, I don't know, man. I didn't do this. Like I said, this was not my end of the deal with the red right hand stuff. So maybe it is the 120. But to me, the 119 looks more like the Ghostface knife. I don't know. I don't know, man. 120 is longer than the 119. Okay, well, there you go. 119 has a 6-inch blade. The Buck 120 has a 7 3/4. Interesting. Well, this knife looks more like a Ghostface knife to me, so I don't know what to tell you. Ghostface has a longer knife than that. It actually looks longer in Scream 4 and 5 than in Scream 1. In the first one, he had a shorter knife. Okay, maybe that's what Matt was talking about, because I know there was a big difference about it as to why we're going to use the 119. I couldn't remember what it was. So it's the same knife with different length blades. I wouldn't know. I would not know. Weapons have never been my thing, unfortunately. So not really into all that. So I don't really think Chad is the killer, because he'd be more willing to go upstairs to hook up with his girl or kill her. Oh, dun dun dun. That's really funny though. Yeah, but once again, maybe he didn't go up there because he was trying to set up a kill with Liv that maybe didn't work out, something along those lines. Maybe he was trying to set up. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I think like if they do make Chad the third killer, you're going to have to explain a lot of stuff like that. It's one of those theories that I think is interesting, but I don't know if it's actually going to be the case or not. I think it's fun to talk about. So. What else do we got? What's up, Oliver? You love the videos. Thank you so much, Oliver. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. So yeah, what else do we got? What else do we got here? Have y'all talked to? Everyone's bringing up Ross Lynch. Everyone's bringing it up. That's interesting. Ross Lynch must have this massive fan base, because once again, he's in some band or something, is what I found out. Yeah, he's the vocalist for a band called R5, and is one half of the band. I've never heard of either of these bands. Are these like? Is this what the kids are listening to nowadays? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm a metalhead through and through. I don't know. That's my go-to, I guess. How goes Red Right Hand? We're filming a lot this weekend. It's gonna be nuts. I'm excited. I'm very pumped for it. There's a lot of really good stuff. about I really don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to make up something. I'm like, oh, I can say this, I can say that. It's tough for what I can and can't say. I can't really talk about what we're filming this weekend. I can't really tell you what we've already filmed because there's this and that. We actually got to refilm some of the stuff we filmed last week because some scheduling issues, but we got it all figured out. It's going well. We're probably going to be filming through the middle of July now. We're just like a couple weeks moving forward. We were going to probably get done with it middle of end of June, I mean, but now I think we're going to go until end of July, but everything is going really well, surprisingly so far. And we're doing really good with like the budget and all that. I thought we would be over budget at this point, honestly, but no, things are going good. The Kickstarter rewards are all ready to go. So I'm really excited for you guys to see it. So it's going to be fun. What else do we got? First time I saw Scream, I always thought Dewey was the killer. Only because he looked sus in that ice cream scene. The ice cream scene makes me crack up every time. The ice cream scene, Ghostface was at the store. The next scene, Dewey is eating the ice cream. So are you suggesting that if Dewey was Ghostface, he went and got ice cream as Could you imagine walking into a store in the Ghostface outfit and all that, and you're just like, "What's up? I'm taking this ice cream. It's mine." That's really funny. I'd love that. Got to go feed my spawn. Everyone have an excellent evening. Well, enjoy that. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Thank you. What's going on, Angie? What's going on? Welcome. If you had to use 3 words to describe Red Right Hand without using the title, what would they be? So this is a really good question. So it's definitely gritty. I feel like gritty is a really good word to describe it. It's a much grittier, art houseier take on Scream. I don't think everyone's going to like it, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I don't think not everyone is going to like it. I can tell you that right now. It's a very different take on the typical Scream formula. There's a lot of things I've always wanted to see in the franchise, a darker route I feel like they could have taken a long time ago that they maybe didn't. And we want to do that. We want to make it darker. We want to make it grittier. I also feel like Scream is just a totally different kind of movie from the killer's perspective. It's not the same. It's not the same film at all, and we recognize that in the tone, in the film, the cinematography, how we actually film it. It's filmed in a way that's a little more like there's this. Who's the guy that does? I'm trying to because I based the. I can't remember the name of this. It's that. Okay, so there's this director, right? His name is Lars von Trier. And his films are filmed in a certain way where it's like the house that Jack built was a really big inspiration for Red Right Hand. The way that it's filmed is like, it's not shaky cam, but it's almost shaky cam. Like it's filmed in a certain type of way where it's like, it's really aggressive and it's very strange. It's forcing you to be in this situation with a character. You really don't want to feel like you really don't want to be in a situation with these certain types of characters. And because this is a movie that follows the killers, we want to film it that way. We want to show it in a totally different perspective. When you do get to see the people who are not the killers, it's filmed like a Scream movie, and it feels like your typical straight up kind of Scream film. But then you get to see things from the killer's perspective, them planning things, them doing the kills and all that. And it's like, oh, it's a little grittier. It's a little scarier. Things are weirder. Things are shot in a certain creepy kind of way. So we there's a lot of attention to detail to that, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really fun film. Are we going to see the POV of Ghostface, for example, the opening of Scream 96, but from the POV of Billy and Stu? Sort of, yeah. Yeah, sort of. What is it like to be a Ghostface killer? What is it like to go through that, to devolve into being a psycho madman? That I hope our movie answers that question. That's the goal. That's the goal, essentially, is to see the start to finish of what inspired it to how it goes about. It's a really interesting. I think it's interesting. I don't know. Maybe it sucks. I hope it doesn't. It's definitely experimental too. That's my third word. Art house, experimental, gritty. There you go. So very experimental. Like I said, I don't know if everyone's gonna like it, but we're gonna put our all into it. I want the opening scene with Mindy and her girlfriend, but only if Mindy survives and her girlfriend dies. I think that would be cool. Be pretty upsetting. If you had to watch your significant other die at the hands of a killer. But yes, cool. Yes, I think that would be That'd be upsetting. That'd be pretty upsetting. I think if they're gonna follow, and once again, this isn't confirmed, if they're gonna follow that whole plot description that we got from IMDb, not a reliable source, but what I will say is we did also get the film description from IMDb for Scream 5, and that ended up being reliable. So it's one of those things where it's like, maybe they do it, maybe they don't. It seems like the film is going to kill off one of the survivors from the past film and then be a almost a Gale-centric kind of flick, which I'm very interested in how they do that, how they go about doing that. It's one of those things that I feel like is once again recognized and harmonized with Radio Silence's quote, where they kind of talk a little bit about like, we got to risk it all. We got to risk it all to make this new and fresh and keep this franchise alive. I agree with them, but there are some risks I feel like they might not want to take. Like there are some risks that I feel like would bring this franchise back to life, would breathe new life into it once again, just like how Scream 5 did. But don't take too many risks. Don't step too far past the line, because if you start killing legacy characters like it's nothing for no reason, that's where I'll take issue. Because if they kill Dewey for absolutely no reason in that movie and it doesn't set up anything for the next film, that's not gonna age well. I think you gotta, if you did that now, have it be set up for something else in the future. Don't just kill characters because it's a shock. You know what I mean? There's more to the Dewey death, I think, than what meets the eye, than what we know about from Scream 5, for sure. And something I want to see in 6. Oh, is there any new movies you're looking forward to? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, because a point I try to make on this channel is not just talking about the big stuff, because the big stuff is exciting, right? I'm pumped for Halloween Ends. I'm pumped for Scream 6, but there's also a lot of really fun movies that are coming out that I feel like might get overlooked because we're focusing on just the big movies. But there's a lot of other really good stuff coming out this year. X was a big movie. That was a really big surprise and really blew my mind. Possibly my favorite horror film of the year. We still got plenty of more movies to go, though. I mean, we got a lot more that might top it. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. But I absolutely loved X. X was amazing. But moving forward, what else there that I'm excited for with the year? Nope is probably the movie I'm the most excited for. I'm really, really pumped for that. Jordan Peele's new entry. What else is? Oh, tonight, Men from Alex Garland comes out. Also, it's a new A24 film. Very excited for that. Anything they put out horror-wise, I'm pumped. Terrifier 2. It says Hawkins House of Horror. That comes out in October. I'm very, very pumped for that. I can't wait for that. I apparently that comes out in October. We still don't have a release date technically. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I'm very pumped for. I saw the Bullet Train trailer. It might be good. I hope it's good. I like a good action movie every now and then. And yes, the other Marvel movies are coming out. Black Panther 2, Thor: Love and Thunder, and then is there one more, or no? Is that it? Is it just those two coming out the rest of the year? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. Nope is probably the movie I'm the most excited for, though, honestly. Although like Halloween Ends, of course. Like I'm very pumped for that. But I cannot wait for Nope. Nope is the one I'm the most excited for. Probably because it's the most mysterious. I love, like, Scream's one of my favorite franchises because of the mystery. Because every single time going into a Scream film, you really never know what you're going to get. You really never know what's going to come, who's going to make it out on the other end. That mystery to me is what's so interesting. And with Nope, once again, it's a very mysterious film. Jordan Peele could bring anything to the table. In a way, it's almost even more mysterious than the Scream films, because there's no context before it to understand what's going to happen in this flick. And Jordan Peele has this deal with Universal right now where it's like he's got 5 more years of making movies with them. So there's a lot that can happen. I'm pumped. So is Red Right Hand going to be kind of like Peeping Tom, aka the first ever horror movie that goes inside the killer's POV? Another movie that definitely inspired Red Right Hand for sure. I like I said earlier, I definitely want to answer the question of what it's like to be a Ghostface killer, something I feel like really hasn't been answered in any of the Scream films. And I want to dive into that. I think it would be really interesting. What was it like? There's a lot of moments in the film that feel like Billy and Stu. Like it feels like you're watching a conversation between Billy and Stu back in 96. We kind of want to make it feel like that with brand new characters. So no, like I'm not playing Billy and my brother's not playing Stu, but it's like, it's kind of that similar, it's a similar relationship to that with brand new characters that although no, we're not Skeet. I'm not Skeet Ulrich. I'm not trying to make a movie about actually Billy Loomis and Matthew Lillard, because no one's going to play those characters better, realistically. But are we characters that are similar to those characters? Yes. And you get that reveal right from the get-go of who the killers are. I'm really not spoiling anything by saying that. But then but here's the thing. Although, yes, you know who the killers are, there's still a mystery throughout, because it wouldn't be a Scream film without that. So there's still a mystery. The killers have to figure out something this time, and it might cost them their lives. So it's really interesting. It's a pretty fun mystery to figure out too. So I'm excited to bring it to life. Do we actually know the ages of the friend group in Scream 5? The wiki says that everybody is 18, Tara almost being 19, but I don't know if I should believe that. Would be ironic since Jenna's the youngest. So to me, we saw them coming out of a class at high school. Like that's why the first time we meet them, that's why they're sitting outside of Woodsboro High. I feel like it'd be kind of weird now to change that at this point. That's kind of, I mean, like they don't explicitly say like, oh, we're 18, but like you get the idea that they're seniors in high school. It's one of those things that I feel like is just implied. But who knows? I mean, like anything, you can write in anything. They might actually go into their senior year of high school in the next movie. But like I said, it's been heavily rumored that we're going to be filming at McGill University, a college that is known for like using for films and all that. We might actually see a college setting once again for this next film. I kind of on the fence about that. Pretty close to Scream 2. That's how I feel about it. I think it's like, I don't want them to just modernize Scream 2, give us that storyline. It's just like, okay, well, you kind of did that with the last film. And, that's probably my biggest problem with Scream 5 is that I feel like it's too close to the 96 movie. So let's do something completely different. If you want to go the college setting, okay, that makes sense with your characters, but don't give us the same story. Don't make it Richie's mother, like, and don't have an Altieri show up and all that. I don't want to see that personally. I want a brand new story. I want a brand new kind of movie, something totally different. So they have an opportunity to do that here too. So Ernie makes an interesting point here. Oh, but first I want to say hi to Forks. What's up, Forks? Forky. What's up? Welcome to the stream. If this is your first stream that you're catching, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Ernie says they were at a 18-year-old night bar. Well, there is in the deleted scene, or I can't remember if this was actually in the movie or not, they get kicked out for being young. And Kyle Gallner's character, yes, Vince, actually like kicks them, like has that, he doesn't kick them out, has that line about to live, and says like, oh, why you sitting at the kids' table? Like, I'll go get you a drink. Hey, I'm Vince. Come on over here. Yeah, let's do this. So, yeah. So I think it's pretty much implied at this point they were high schoolers in that last movie. This next film, they're going to be college kids. So it makes sense. I just hope like, yeah, Windsor wasn't a mainly filmmaking based college. Well, yeah, like I hope they don't go to Windsor College. That's the thing. I hope that's not the case. Big up, mate. English and proud. Nice. Where specifically are you from then? That's my question. You don't have to put that out there either. I mean, if you're uncomfortable saying that, I don't know. But also if you're trying to vibe, if you're trying to be like, yo, I'm from this place. Hell yeah, I don't care, whatever. We're just having fun. We're having a conversation about whatever at this point. So the movie never said Stu is dead. You're actually technically right, Alex. They technically have never said that Stu Macher is dead. In Scream 3, there's a conversation about like, I believe Sidney specifically says, I killed Billy. So like Billy is definitely dead at this point. There's so much proof to that. And it would be really weird if they brought him back. But yeah, technically they never said Stu is dead. Is he coming back? I don't know, man. I think here's my only case scenario where I would be okay with Stu coming back. And I've talked about this before on stream, but I'll say it again. If they bring him back to comment on the state of horror, if they bring him back to comment and make fun of older slasher villains coming back and being like just as badass as they were when they were younger, that's funny. I'm down for that. That'd be kind of cool. You'd have to explain it in a whack sort of way, but in another sort of way, it's perfect. It's perfect to bring him back because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then to comment on it and to make fun of it. That I'm okay with. That I think would actually be kind of cool. But I would be disappointed if they just brought, like, it's the same thing with Kirby. If they just brought her back, if they just bring Stu back just to be like, hey, I'm Stu Macher. What's going on? Remember me? Yeah, hell yeah, you do. You love me. Let's go. Like, that would suck. That would just straight up suck. I love those characters. I love all the characters I've mentioned so far. Kirby, Stu, Billy, they're all great. But if they just bring them back to bring them back, kind of like how they did with Billy Loomis in the last film, I don't know. I think it's arguable how we feel about Billy in the last film. Does it make sense? I don't know. Does it really fit Scream? Not really. But once again, like I said, though, kind of hard for me to be upset about it because it's such a iconic slasher villain that you're bringing back for this new movie. And I kind of feel the same way about how if they were to bring back Stu, it's like, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, doesn't really fit this franchise, but would I be super upset? I don't really think so, because it's such a cool character. It's such an iconic character to have back on the screen playing that iconic role. So one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. What? You are not disappointed the two killers of Scream 5 have the same motive? I don't, why would I be disappointed in that? They're working together. They're a team. Like, they kind of, I don't know. That's an odd thing to be, I feel like it's an odd thing to be upset about. That makes sense. Like, that makes sense for them to have the same motive. There's been killers in the past without the same motive, but they were ultimately working towards the same thing. So I don't know. That's odd. 63 people watching. This is great. Yeah, oh my God, we've gone into the 60s with this stream. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone who came to the stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot for y'all to stop by the stream. So, oh, okay. This is interesting. So, it would be better for Mindy to have a girlfriend as a new character. In the drafts, they wanted Tara and Amber to be in a relationship, but I'm glad they changed it to just a single gay character. Interesting. I feel like with Mindy, yeah, they could definitely do that in the next film for sure. With Tara and Amber, I just feel like their relationship might have, like, would that have worked with the story? Would that have been purposeful? I don't know. With Mindy, I feel like it works because, like, you can do stuff with that in the future now, but I just don't know if that would. Well, actually, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, that would actually kind of make Amber less of a suspect if you're thinking, oh, well, she's in a relationship with Tara. She can't be the killer. She's not dating the other killer. That wouldn't make any sense at all. That could have actually been cool. But once again, it's one of those things that I feel like I'd have to see it to believe it. Does that muddy up the story then? Is there too many things? Is there too many relationships going on between characters? Is there too many things going on? I don't know. I'd have to see it. Because I do feel like their, I guess, friendship now in the movie was never really, I guess they didn't really talk about it too much. They didn't really develop a lot of the relationships between the characters. Like I keep saying they didn't develop the characters, but I feel like a better way to describe that is I feel like they developed the characters, but they didn't make the relationships between the characters all that clear. And I wish they would have focused a little more on that. So that to me, that's interesting. That's really, I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. That's one of those things where I'm like, I'm on the fence about it. I'd have to think about that. So Ernie Bird with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Ernie. I appreciate that. I'd rather have Vince Vaughn framing Stu. Well, yes, that was confirmed in the last film that we have Vince Vaughn played Stu in Stab, which is really funny. So I'd almost be down for have Heather Graham and Vince Vaughn play characters in this new movie. Like they're superstars, and all that. And they come back and they get murdered. But does that make it all about Stab again? Probably. So, and I feel like we're all kind of done with the Stab stuff at this point in the main movies. But I don't know. It's one of those things I'd have to see it to believe it. I'd have to see it to be like, okay, this is cool, or maybe not. I don't know. Did I watch The Sadness? Hell yes, I did. I absolutely loved it. I think it was one of the most depraved zombie movies I've ever seen in my entire life. My God. Yeah, that was something else. That was something else. By the way, Anthony, I love your profile picture. I know I said it on the last stream, but you got to be careful, man, with people licking your ears, man. It happens. I go to the park all the time and I have to be like, stop licking my ears. Jeez. One day someone is actually going to clip all the whack shit I say on stream together, and they're going to be like, is KillJoy Jake insane? To answer that question, yes. I think it would have made Amber even more obvious to be a killer because of Dewey's first rule, never trust the love interest. Ooh, interesting. I almost feel like that scene, speaking of that scene, doesn't that make Richie so obvious? Like, that scene was a little too much. There was already some clues to kind of be like, oh, maybe Richie's kind of the killer. But then you just kind of brought all those clues up to the forefront, looked directly into the eye of the audience and was like, the killer is always the love interest. Never trust them. I don't know. To me, I feel like you could have done without that line. You maybe didn't have to talk about that. We should have had the rules scene, like the rules, have that with the new Randy characters, which is Mindy at their house. That's when you could have done the whole rules thing. I feel like that made it pretty obvious that Richie. I was already kind of like, maybe Richie's the killer, but then I was like, okay, Richie's the killer. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That was my Scream experience. So. I'm never going to change my profile pic now, so you will still remember me when you channel. I will remember every single one of you, all of y'all, especially you, Anthony. I appreciate that, though. Thank you. That's so funny. You see Richie's face behind Sam when Dewey first opens the door. That face screamed killer. Yeah, no, it was pretty sus. I mean, he's pretty suspicious the entire movie. I think, and not directly, like they're not trying to make him like a red herring the entire movie, but like he's watching the stab movies at the hospital, and then there's this long pause after, like it's like, oh, was that supposed to be a joke or was that supposed to be a clue? Because he has this line where it's like, I wanted to be prepared, and then it just holds on his face for like a little too long. Holds on his face for a little too long is how I feel about it. But yeah. I guess I gotta go lick. No, stop with the ear licking. I love how I'm dealing with this like this is an actual problem that people face. Nah, I'm just kidding. I kid, of course, Carrie. Go lick all the ears you want if you want. I don't know. I don't really see the motivation in doing that, but hey, you know what? I don't kink shame on this page. So, have you seen The Faculty written by Kevin Williamson? If you have. Did you pay attention to the background music? It was definitely Scream music. Ooh. That's actually interesting that you say that. Does Marco Beltrami do the music in The Faculty? Because I don't know the answer to that question, which is interesting. So, featured songs, Stay Young. But yeah, this was written by Kevin Williamson, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Amazing director, by the way. Absolutely love that guy. Who does the music for this? It's got to be Marco Beltrami if it... Maybe music by Marco Beltrami. Hey, there we go. Yeah, sick. Okay, yeah, he made the music for this. So it's similar, is what you're saying. It's similar to, it's similar to the music of Scream, or are you saying it's the exact same? Like it's like, oh, they just recycled that, put it back in there. I'm curious now. Next time I watch The Faculty, I'm gonna keep my ears open a little more. And make sure to check that out. The Faculty's mystery actually got me. I'm going to be honest, like going back and thinking about it, it's pretty obvious who the creature is, but it got me. I was really starting to think, like at first, you get that character, they make it very blatantly obvious that, oh, this person could, I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but they make it pretty obvious that it's like, okay, it could be this character. But then as the movie progresses, it really throws you in different directions. But then there's a scene like The Thing, very Thing inspired, that makes it pretty damn obvious, is how I feel about it. I feel like the mystery kind of got me for a while. I was kind of going different directions for a bit, but then when they, there's a certain scene, very similar to The Thing, totally gives it away, for me, at least. That was like, oh, okay, yeah, definitely. So, welcome, Michaela. What's going on? I think Kirby will be the opening in next film with a boyfriend character. She won't die, but her boyfriend will. She will escape and contact Gail or Sydney. Interesting take. I like that. Let me make sure my audio is still working. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, we're good. I haven't worn my headphones in like an hour. I just wanted to check that out. That could be the case. I don't want her to die in the opening. I kind of want to see, I want at least a scene with Kirby. Like, my God, if you're going to bring her back, you're going to throw that in my face. Oh, we're bringing back Hayden Panettiere. Hell yeah. don't just kill her in the opening scene. We need a little more than that. So if they take this route, I'm cool with it. That could be cool. I'd be down. So that would be interesting. Maybe introduce a boyfriend character you just kill off right at the beginning. Make it like a Steve Orth. There you go. I agree. I thought it was Richie from the start because they copied it exactly like the first one, and Amber was suspicious because she bought Stu's house. See, the thing about Amber, I feel like Amber really got me because I was at the beginning of the movie, I was just kind of thinking she was like a bratty teenager. You know what I mean? I didn't see her being the other killer. I was really thinking Liv for a while because I felt like it might have been too obvious to think it was Chad. Chad was a little too obvious to be a ghost face killer. He's a little too nice, but he has bruises on his arm that never go explained. And we never see him at football practice. I was kind of thinking that maybe Liv was abusive and like actually like was like punching him or something. And was like beating the guy or something along those lines. And like, it's like, oh, that could have been explained in the third act. Like her and Richie were the killers. That's honestly up until the third act scene. I think you all know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the third act. I'm talking about the third. Welcome to Act 3. Until that point, I was like, man, I think it's Liv, man. And then they really hammed it up with Liv at the end. Then I was really confused. I'm like, okay, now they're making Liv a red herring. I don't know what's going on. I really had no idea. I was thinking it was Liv the entire time. And then they ham it up at the end. And I was like, maybe it's not her because that seems red herring-y. So disturbing behavior is boring. There's some cool things about disturbing behavior. I think there's a couple of characters that I really liked, but I think the faculty is definitely better. Similar concepts, but disturbing behavior has that one character. I've only seen it once, so I really don't. I can't remember the character's name, but there's a one character who's given the speech about like all the different characters at the high school and all that. That character's really really cool and really memorable. But the rest of the movie, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not even a bad film. I think it's kind of fun. Dude, I thought about the bruises too. I think he will come back as an accomplice. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. I like that. I like the accomplice idea. That's sick. I didn't say hi to Jacob Browning. What is going on, Jacob? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Scream 6 chat. We're talking about anything and everything. We're just vibing, man. We all go a little mad sometimes at that scene, Jake. Yes. That scene was sick. Amber shocked me with that end. Yeah, Amber got me, and I was so happy. I wanted to be shocked by this film. I really didn't want to know who the killers were, and I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, it's definitely Richie's definitely one of the killers. Amber got me though. Amber, that was like, okay, you got me with that one. Teabag. Welcome to Teabag Town. I'm gonna throw this away real quick. But yes, tell me your Scream 6 predictions. Do you think we will get a killer who's... Do you think we'll get better killers this time around? Do you think the mystery will be better? I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. What you guys think? Because the last movie kind of followed a very similar formula to Scream 96. Does this new movie follow a totally different formula, something that doesn't feel super obvious? What do you guys think about that? I'm curious. Kirby reminds me of Cece from Scream 2. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ernie. I appreciate it, man. Kirby, yeah. Okay, maybe that's the route we take. Maybe we take like Kirby is like she's vibing somewhere. Maybe she's stayed late. She's a professor now. She has stayed late at the office or whatever. She's writing up some papers. It's a dark lit room or whatever in her office, and she hears something. She hears like a flutter, and like, oh, what was that? Oh, looking around, we get a character that shows up because you gotta listen. Setting up a scene like this, you gotta have a character come in and be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? What's going on?" It's a suspicious character now for the rest of the movie. We set up that suspicion as Kirby gets attacked by Ghostface, maybe even killed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be disappointed if they kill Kirby, but I am going to be upset if they make her the opening kill or if they make her Ghostface because I just feel like either of those things don't make a whole lot of sense to me. But who knows? We will see. What's going on, Carter, Scotland, Allen? Randy dies in Scream 2. What if Kirby is the comedic character to bite the bullet in Scream 6? I genuinely don't like the idea, but it's an option. It is, Carter, and I feel like, to me, you have an opportunity with this new film to do something completely different you've never done in the Scream films before. You have two Randy characters that could be fighting for that position the entire time in a kind of a meta fight, which I think would be fun. So, oh, S, you haven't seen Scream 5 yet. Oh, well, I'm going to be honest with you. You might not want to watch this stream. I'm just going to be completely blatantly obvious with you. Maybe that goes against what a YouTuber should do, because I probably should be like, hey, like this video and subscribe, but like, honestly, don't get it spoiled for you. Go watch that, but and maybe turn off this stream, because I listen, at this point I have to talk about spoilers, and the people in the chat will definitely give away some spoilers. So if you have yet to see it, I would recommend just turning off the stream. Although I do appreciate your support, S. I do. I really do. But don't get it spoiled. Don't get the movie spoiled. But I like I said, at this point on, spoilers are still coming out. So I have to talk about spoilers at this point. The movie's been out for a couple of months, so I apologize if you have already heard something that was a spoiler, but the movie's been out for a while at this point, so I do apologize for that. But go watch it. It's good. It's fun. It's a fun time. It's a good movie. I don't think there's a bad Scream film. I really don't. I think all of them are good. Teabagging on stream, Jake? Yeah, that YouTube probably wouldn't like me actually teabagging, but do I drink a little tea every now and then? Fuck, yes I do. I recently switched from coffee to tea, so there you go. I think Freddie Prinze Jr. should join the Scream 6 cast. Being married to Sarah Michelle Gellar, too, makes it that much more better. And a little more meta, too, doesn't it? Yeah, I like that. That's interesting. Freddie Prinze Jr. put out that tweet talking about like, oh, I want to do another horror movie, and would be a good casting decision for Scream 6. I feel like we really gotta cast some more young people though. That's my big thing, because of the characters we already have. They're gonna make more friends in a year. They're gonna have more people in their lives that are probably their age. I think we really gotta be looking for like younger people, like this Ross Lynch character we were talking about earlier. Which we were talking about him earlier, and like, I genuinely don't know anything about this guy. He's in a band. Cool. He was in that My Friend Dahmer movie. I'm curious who he played. Maybe, was he like the lead role or something? No, Ross Lynch played Jeffrey Dahmer. No fucking, okay, well, there you go. Never mind. Perfect. I think perfect choice for the new Scream film, honestly. And if they bring him in there, and Alex Wolff is also in this. Alex Wolff is also in Hereditary. Alex Wolff would also be a really good choice, I think, for casting decision there. I feel like that's a good choice, because he's a younger person. That would be someone who could be friends with our main group of characters. That makes sense. Kirby's already kind of going to be a hard one to work in there. Maybe not, actually, because maybe she's still friends with Gail. Maybe she's still friends with Sydney, something along those lines. You could write her in still, because she's had a connection with past characters. Writing in new characters that are like what Freddie Prinze Jr. How old is he? He's got to be in his like late 30s, early 40s, something like that, right? Like, maybe, I don't know how old he is. I really don't. 46. Okay, so yeah, almost late 40s, mid 40s. So this is a harder character, I feel like, to write in, because you can't have this character be playing a college kid at this point. You like, if this was 90s version of the 90s character, you know what I mean? That's a different story. If we could somehow get a time machine and get Freddie Prinze Jr. back, but maybe he could play like a professor or something along those lines. It's going to be harder to write in a character who's a little older like that, I feel like, considering who your main cast is. What else we got? If Billy and Stu's plan would have gone through, do you think Billy would have killed Stu after he killed Sydney and framed the father? Well, interesting that you say that. I do feel like something wouldn't have gone necessarily to plan, because they do kind of talk about how they wanted to get away with it, and how, they were planning on doing a sequel and all that. I think Stu was dead meat. Billy was going to kill him. Think about this too. If you have more people that know about it, that are alive, that's more of a risk. And Stu is very loose-lipped, as we saw at the fountain scene in the original 96 film. He says a lot that he probably shouldn't have. And Billy even catches him on that and says like, hey, maybe don't do that. Like, oh, you're being kind of rude, or I can't remember what the line is directly, but he says something along the lines of, hey, like basically what he's saying is, Stu, shut the fuck up. We just killed someone last night. Don't say that because that makes us look suspicious. So stop talking right now. Leave her alone. Like, that's funny as fuck, but Stu probably shouldn't have said that, and Billy was shitting his pants the entire time. So honestly, yes, I think Billy was definitely going to kill Stu. If he would have killed Sydney and like everyone was dead, he probably would have, yeah. He stabbed him a little hard there too in that one scene, probably with the intent of, I don't really give a shit if he bleeds out. If it happens, it happens. So what else do we got? What? Jacob Bertrand, maybe to do some karate on a go. Okay, well, here's my question once again. Who's Jacob Bertrand? I don't know. Like, I just don't know actors. That's my problem. Okay. 22 years old. Perfect. Age range works. Cobra. Oh, there you go. That's why. Okay. From Cobra Kai. Is he the main dude in Ready Player One? No, that's Ty Sheridan. Oh, okay. Who is he in this? I don't know. I would not know. I do not know. He's in Ready Player One, apparently. Okay. I don't know who he plays, but interesting. Cool. I could actually see that. I really think they should pull a lot of people from Euphoria and Cobra Kai. I mean, those are two really poppin' shows with younger people in there. Makes a lot of sense to do that, I think. My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. I can't do it. I can't go as high as he does. I can't quite do it. But yeah, close enough. I like that. I love that line. Got the way in. Then it's just a scary movie, Cat. Then it's just Scary Movie 6. Nah, I kid. That's funny. I like that. Stu Def had a huge crush on Billy. That's why it was so easy for Billy to manipulate him. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and it does kind of make sense. Like, Stu goes through a lot for Billy, and it's a little like, what's going on there, Stu? You got feelings for Billy? They haven't quite expressed. So, like, something else was going on there. Once again, another reason why I would love to see what was going on behind the scenes. What was Stu and Billy? What was their conversations like? What were they talking about when they were doing all this? It's something I've always thought about the Scream films. It's just like I want to know a little more about it. So it's called tact because Billy knew he had to learn it. Yeah. I like that. That's funny. Jacob plays Hawk in Cobra Kai. I have yet to see. Here's the thing. I've yet to see Cobra Kai. I haven't watched it yet. I know of it. I've seen the Karate Kid movies. There you go. My parents love Cobra Kai. They really enjoy it. So I'll have to watch that. So at some point soon, some point in the near future, we'll have to do that. So. I think it's cool to think Stu doesn't have a motive and he just likes to kill people. Wouldn't this be a great idea for a new Ghostface killer? It's just like, oh, hey, I just decided to kill people. There's no motive. There's no third act speech. There's just a guy in a mask killing people. That's scary. That's really fun. Why do people get up and start killing people? The unexplained is the most scary thing to me ever. I think when you explain less of what's going on, to me that's scarier. The mind will always will fill in the blanks with the scariest thing it can possibly think up of. So to me, almost having no motive might be the scariest direction they could go for a new Scream film. No motivation, there's no motive, there is just blood and guts and murder. That's interesting to me. I'd be very interested in seeing that. So no reason, I just like the stabby. Yeah, exactly. That's fun. I'd be interested in that. That could be cool. What else do we got here? What if Sam becomes unstable because of her? Well, we actually don't know 100% about the schizophrenia, but she does have some kind of mental illness. Still has not been clarified necessarily, but here's my thing. Like, I feel like just in the same vein as how Sidney Prescott represents getting over trauma, getting over past events, still being alive, living an amazing life. I think that what's great about that character is it represents this wonderful hope for like real life people who have unfortunately suffered through trauma and all that, And to kill Sidney Prescott would ruin all of that, and that would suck. I think that's what makes this franchise a little different than your typical slasher movie franchise, is you have characters who have survived throughout a lot of these films, and it's cool because of that. But now, if we kill Sam Carpenter, who we're kind of setting up in a very similar way, we're setting up Sam to be someone who has some kind of mental illness, and it's her overcoming that. It's her dealing with these demons in a way that is like, I can live with this. I can get up there. I can be the best kind of human being that I am. And I really want to see that from Sam more than anything. I feel like it's a missed opportunity to just make her the killer because it's too obvious. They even say it in Scream 5. They're like, oh, well, it's very obvious that you're the killer, Sam. You're the daughter of Billy Loomis. Of course you're the killer. It's too obvious. It's just going to be a second of shock and that's it. That's really all that's going to be. It's not going to be this grand mystery that's like, oh, that's so cool. No way. Like Amber's reveal in Scream 5 made that movie for me. That was awesome. That was a shock. It really got me. I know it didn't get everybody, but honestly, it got me and I thought it was cool. But if they do that with Sam now, I feel like it's too obvious, way too obvious, and completely ruins all the things that they're setting up with their character. I just wouldn't want to see that. Personally. So yeah. That's my take. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. For Scream 6 though, I really want to see some chase scenes, by the way. That's something we really did not get in the last film at all. I want to see that a little more. I want to see something escalate in not as quick of a manner as they did in the last film. I want to see things take them slow. In Scream 5,
boy, that escalated quickly.
It escalated quickly. It became a little too much. I want to see something where it's like, it's just this amazing, like really slow. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's build things up. Let's let things simmer. Let's have things come to a boil ever so slowly. That's what I think Wes Craven did so well in a lot of those original films that was kind of lost from this new one. We kind of just got to the action straight up. So I'm not saying that was a bad thing. Actually, there's a lot of times where I feel like it did work and that was cool. But let's have things simmer for a little bit. Let's have things simmer and start to get it up to a boil. Buses Go Slow TV. Hey Jake, love your vids. Watching from the UK. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. What time is it in the UK? I've had a lot of people say they were watching from the UK, and I'm like, is it like it's like midnight for y'all or something? Like I'm like, oh man. The dedication is real. I appreciate it. It's getting late here in the UK. Yeah, well, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Everyone who's watching, everyone, no matter where you're from, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. So I appreciate the dedication is real, and I thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope I'm even in the slightest bit entertaining. So it's 11:30. It's 11. Wow. Oh my God. Well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. But like, if you got to go to bed, I totally understand that too. So it is only 6 something my time. So have you been able to meet the cast from Scream before? I'm meeting them this summer. I can't wait. Spinks, that's funny. I'm also meeting them this summer, and I cannot wait. I'm very excited. I'm meeting, I believe, Jamie Kennedy, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, maybe Nev Campbell. I can't remember if she's a part of it or not, but I'm meeting them at Bearded Entertainment. Said it earlier, and I completely forgot. Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I will be there one of the days. So come stop if you're in the area. Come stop by and maybe if I'm walking around, come say hi to me. That'd be cool. I'd be like, yo, hey, what's going on? Hey, oh, you're that person. Well, yeah, what's up? I'll come say hi if you're in the area. If you're going to that. So I will try. I'm gonna try my absolute best to make it out there. Driving through Pennsylvania is a nightmare. I've done it a few times now, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for this festival and to meet the Scream people. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. So you're gonna be there. You're from Jersey. I hope I meet you. That'd be so dope. Yeah, absolutely. I'll try to be there all day. I'm gonna get an Airbnb. I'm gonna make a whole like weekend out of it or whatever. I still haven't even booked that that Airbnb and all that. So I gotta do that. I would 100% love to just meet some people there. So it's going to be fun. Jamie Kennedy would be cool to meet, says Fritz. I would like to meet Jamie Kennedy. Yeah, he seems cool. So y'all, I was going to go till 7, but I'm probably going to go until 6:30 my time. So like another 18 minutes or so. I have to pee. I'm just going to be straight up. I got to pee really bad. I've been drinking all these juices and drinks and teas. and they go right through my dude. I gotta get a tube. I gotta just buy a tube for streams and have a little bucket underneath me or something. That'd be so. Could you imagine, like, I'm after my stream's done, you know, and I'm just like, I pick up my pee bucket and I'm just like dumping it. Everyone's like, what are you doing, Jake? What what the hell? Yeah, I don't know. Like, Craven goes for 7 hours. I'm like, how does he do that without a pee break? How does he do that? What? That's nuts. So, so funny. Would it be interesting to have a ghost face as the protagonist after the Sam trilogy, similar to y'all's Red Right Hand, and we don't know until the end? We get a flashback on what they did and why. That could be cool. I mean, listen, obviously I like this idea. I've dedicated many months of my life at this point to telling a story with that similar idea. So, yeah, no, I think that would be awesome. Once again, I feel like a Scream movie is just a different kind of flick from... It's a totally different kind of movie from the killer's perspective. You're seeing things that are dark and surreal and kind of messed up a little more from the killer's perspective. It's not the feel-good kind of horror movie like that the Scream franchise typically is. So to me, I feel like you got to change up the tone. You got to change up the way the movie flows if you're gonna do that. So it's something I feel like Hollywood might not take a risk on because of how different the tone would be, because of how different the movie would have to be in order to tell that story. Because you can't tell, you can't have a killer focused movie with it all being like, oh, meta humor and jokes and all that. You got to have some things be really dark and messed up and scary, you know, a little scarier than your typical Scream movie is what I think. So greetings from JM. I don't know where JM is, but welcome. Beshane Plummer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm trying here. I am from Pennsylvania. I live in Missouri now. I just met all 4 Screamcasts at Texas Frightmare. Nice. That's awesome. No way. That's badass. I'm super jelly. I'm peanut butter and jelly. I can't wait. Can't wait to meet him soon. I'm pumped. Happy to be here. Well, thanks, Corey. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate that. Are you hella tall? I get a lanky vibe from you. Yes, I am hella lanky. This is me standing up. Hey, that does not give you any perspective whatsoever, especially if you're watching this on like like a phone. You're like, I still don't know how tall you are. I'm 6'2". I am 6'2", believe it or not. So I'm taller than the majority of people that I see, and it's kind of weird. So there's a guy that's going to be in our film. His name is Corvus. He's one of my best friends. I love him to death. He is like almost a foot taller than me. He is like this gigantic dude. Like I'm looking up, like my neck hurts looking up at him. I'm thinking to myself the whole time, I'm like, this is what it must be like to be short. This is crazy. So yeah, Corvus is like literally, I'm not even joking, nearly 7 feet tall. Oh man, we got an adult dating site. I blocked it. Nope. None of that. We took care of it though. That's funny. Firestarter isn't that bad. The score is awesome. I think the score was awesome. I agree with you there. Man, I don't know. I was pretty disappointed by it. I was laughing throughout some scenes that were supposed to be sad or some scenes that were supposed to be scary. The cat thing was so unnecessarily upsetting and so random. And then the way they handle it, like, actually made me like crack up. Like, it was just like, are you kidding me right now? This is the dialogue you wrote for this scene. But I don't know, man. I mean, the effects were really good. I think a lot of the effects were really good. That's really all I got to say about it. I didn't even end up doing a review of it because I was just like, I don't like crapping on things, man. That's just so not fair. So nice shirt. Where'd you get it? I think I got this at I'm trying to think. I got it at like Hot Topic or Spencer's, one of those. We have both of those at this mall nearby. So like I'll get a lot of my shirts from there. So one of those places. What else do we got? Have you seen is this a movie? No way. There's a movie called Horse Girl. We're looking it up. Oh man, it's a movie. 2020 on Netflix. 71 MF% on Rotten Tomatoes. A sweet misfit who has a love of horses and supernatural crime shows supernatural crime shows, begins having surreal dreams that start to affect her perception of reality. 71%. Come on. Is it that good? Is it that? I got it. Well, now my curiosity is piqued. I gotta know. I gotta know. Oh, yes. Horse Girl on Netflix. Stars Allison Brie from Community too, which is interesting. So that one I'm gonna have to check out. Woo! 12 more minutes and I can pee. Going for 12 more minutes. The dialogue was as bad as Halloween Kills. Hot take. That's really funny, man. I know you don't like Halloween Kills. That's really funny. Some of the dialogue isn't bad. Some of it is okay. How mad would everybody be if I just went pee real quick and then I go till 7? How mad would everyone be? Like literally, it'll take me 30 seconds. I literally am just gonna put on a little something. Put up a little like, hey, yeah, he's peeing. You know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to show you guys the thing that I couldn't. So if you've been here the entire time, I've been trying to I try to upload this video for for this situation exactly for when I need a pee break. And what I was thinking, I was like, oh, I can put like this 2-minute clip. It's kind of funny. It's like a little thing. So I could use it for when I have to go to the bathroom during streams, because I want to start doing some longer streams. So I can't upload, unfortunately, I can't upload a 2-minute long video to StreamYard, what I use to stream. But what I can do, which I just thought about, is I can put little graphics up on screen. So I might just mute myself and put this overlay on for literally 2 seconds, and I'll be back. And I promise you guys will go till 7. Is that okay? How do we feel about that? What do the comments say? Go use the bathroom. Go pee. Okay, give me 30 seconds. Carrie gave me a super chat. Pee text for Jake to go. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. All right, give me 2 seconds, y'all. I'm gonna. Jake will be right back, and yeah, I will be right back. Oh my god! All right, so what do y'all think about that? Is that funny? How's that? There we go. So here we go. I'm back. Pee break is over. Let's go. All right. What the? Oh man, I'm very excited to see what everyone said. What's up, Fate? Fate, welcome to the stream. If you're like completely confused, what is going on? Yeah, I just had to take a pee break. So. Oh shit, Stu West, pink eye. Oh, that's so funny. Quitter. That's funny. That's funny, man. What the fuck is that? Yeah. We're having fun. We're having a good time. There you go. I can't believe everyone stayed. Like, I still have almost everyone who was in the stream still. That's amazing. That's crazy. Mason, what is going on? If they have Dewey's funeral in Scream 6, I think Ghostface will pop out of the coffin and try and go after people who survived in Scream 5 if they go to Dewey's funeral. That could be a really interesting scene. Do something along those lines. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, so with with Ghostface popping out of a coffin, that could be like a crazy scene. That could be like one of those like sequences where it's like super unexpected. Maybe it's like late at night they go back to the funeral and like or maybe they go back to the grave or something. Some character who was really close to Dewey, something along those lines, goes and fucking goes to the coffin. It's still there. Why didn't they bury him? That's so weird. And then suddenly Ghostface jumps out. There's no body. What happened? What is going on? That could actually be kind of a cool sequence. Why do you give our boy pink eye? I'm not gonna say. You get red eyes when you take on a certain substance. That's all I'm gonna say. And I was gonna put like, here's the thing. Like I said, I couldn't upload the video. I gotta make it shorter. But I was gonna give it some groove and music, some like, ooh yeah, you know, something like that. To like that picture. It was gonna go really hard, but StreamYard was like, nope, don't do that. I did. I finally got to take a bathroom break. I feel amazing. My kidneys are slowly compressing. So, good stuff. Show us your shirts, friends. But with like the horror characters. It works because Courtney Cox is in Scream. See? Perfect. There we go. But yeah, so with Courtney Cox's character though, it's also rumored that she might be like the forefront of this next movie. How do we feel about that? Do you want a Scream movie that is focused on Gale Weathers the entire time? And then maybe here's the other thing, if she's the forefront of it, does that also kind of give us an idea of what the motivation of the killer is going to be? If we're focusing on Gale this time around, is Ghostface going to go after Gale? Is there some kind of motivation to kill Gale Weathers? Which I would say yes. I feel like there's a lot of things they could write in about things from her past, about how she climbed up this ladder to get to where she is today. She might have had to bite off a few heads. Is there maybe a Ghostface killer out there who wants some revenge against her? I'm curious what you guys have to think about, what you guys have to say about that. So, maybe someone will be taken hostage like Neil in 96. That could be a really cool sequence. There's a lot more you can do with that too. You can almost film a character who is like maybe almost like Joker style in The Dark Knight, you know, like you're filming your hostages and saying like, I'll kill them unless Sidney Prescott comes to this address. I don't know, something like, you could play around with that idea, maybe come up with something a little better than that, but it could be fun. Situations like that are terrifying too, which could be good. What's going on, Gory B movie? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the vibes. The P stream, as we're gonna title it now. I showed everyone what my break banner is gonna look like. So here it is for everyone who didn't get to see it. Bam! Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll be right back. Come on. That's great. That's horrible, but it's also great. Cobra Kai is pure crack. Love that show, says Justin. Okay, sick. See, I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to actually check it out. I love the Karate Kid movies, so I absolutely love those. No, y'all hate it. Cool. I love the break banner. It's horrifying in all the right ways. Thank you. I appreciate that. Soon I'll have some music behind it and it'll go hard. So you talk about pee a lot. I don't know. People probably don't. People are like, I don't know about that. Maybe you should talk about horror movies more. Yeah, here's another thing, Kyle, that I find interesting. We've been talking about Ross Lynch a lot, and I just did a little research on him, and he plays Jeffrey Dahmer in the Dahmer movie from 2017. So if they put him in Scream 6, does that kind of point him towards the new Ghostface killer directions? Are we doing that? Those options? Also, here's another thing that's really interesting too. A little tidbit of information that I know about Mr. Jeffrey Dahmer. Did you know that Jeffrey Dahmer attended the Ohio State University very briefly for only like a half a semester or something back in like his time? 80s, 70s, 70s. I want to say 70s. I can't remember, but he did very briefly attend the Ohio State University. Guess where Windsor University is located? Ohio. So is that pretty obvious? If Ross Lynch gets cast in this, is he the killer? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd almost be like, yeah, My Friend Dahmer was the name of the movie. It was good. I liked him in that more than The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I have not seen that, but Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, that's a wordy title. Jake Dahmer confirmed. Dear God. Dr. Andy is here. What's up, Dr. Andy? Welcome. He has a PhD in killing Ghostface killing. PhD. I got a PhD in Ghostface killing. About Scream 6. I want to know. Yeah, I want to know more about Scream 6 too, Dr. Andy. I'm looking it up every single day. Every single day I start my day going to Google and I look up Scream 6 and I see if there's literally anything. Speaking of which, nothing. We're talking about there's just some new articles, but like that's about it. No news. Hopefully we get some news sometime soon. So no one told us life was gonna be this way. How many claps? How many claps, everybody? Because everyone gets this wrong every single time. How many claps? Was that right? Or was that wrong? We'll see. We'll see how many claps is it supposed to be. Jake would be perfect in a serial killer movie. I would love to play a killer, man. Who was your favorite character from the new cast? Probably, that's interesting because this is tough. Tara, for me, didn't have enough time to shine. I did like Tara. I love Jenna Ortega. She's amazing. I want to know her character a little more, though. I want to know a little more about her. I feel like we got some cool scenes in the hospital with her, but I want to see her a little more in action. I loved her Babadook line. That was so funny. The whole opening scene was great with her. She's definitely getting definitely close to my favorite new character, but I would probably say, and as much as I'd say Chad should die in the next movie, Chad's probably my favorite. Chad is probably number one for me. I love Chad. He's great. Chad's amazing. I think he's great. I really enjoyed Chad. He's so funny, and Mason Gooding also in real life is just a wonderful human being. Everything about him is just so sweet and so he seems like a big brother kind of person in real life. I want to hang out with him. I want to hang out with him. I want to play video games with the guy and like go order a pizza. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of, I want to hang out with him. Like he's my bro. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about him. He seems like a really cool dude. I would love, honestly, out of all the people from the new cast, I'd want to hang out with him. Not gonna lie. So what kind of questions are you prepared to ask whoever you meet from Scream? If I meet Matthew Lillard, I'm definitely asking him about Scream 6 for sure. I'm asking him like, so what's up? Like, you can tell me, man. I'm just gonna go up to him and be like, listen, I'm a nobody, man. I don't know shit. You know, I don't know what's going on, but I've been hearing about all this stew train nonsense. What's up with that? I'm curious what he says, because I doubt he's not gonna just straight up be like, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm totally back. You know, I'm back for Scream 6. You know, he's gonna joke about it. But here's the thing: if he jokes a lot about it, if he jokes and he's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm the murderer in the next, I'm the lead character in the next film. If he jokes that much about it, he's not in the film. But if he only jokes a little bit about it and he's like kind of maybe taken aback by the question, wasn't expecting it, then there might be something to this whole stew theory that everyone's got going on. So I'm curious what his reaction is. I want to see what he says. So I'm very curious. I find it so meta that in 2022, the high school jock is called Chad. Yes, total Chad. Chad is a total Chad, and I like that. That's the best way to describe him. I think he's an ultra Chad. He's what's it called? He's a Sigma male. There you go. That's what the kids are saying. Stew. I like it. I want to ask him what the hell happened to Scooby-Doo 3. Great question. We need more Scooby-Doo movies. That second one's amazing. I fucking love Monsters Unleashed. I love the second Scooby-Doo. I don't know. Hits different. Some of the monsters from that one too, pretty fucking cool. Cool designs for that movie. That movie went way too hard for a kids movie. Like, seriously, I loved Scooby-Doo. And now he is breaking down the psychology of Matthew Lillard like he's Hannibal Lecter, psychoanalyzing Buffalo Bill. I do hashtag Jake Dahmer. Dear God, this is gonna be a thing, isn't it? Oh no. Yeah. I like how in interviews he's talking a lot about the character. Like he's talking a lot about him. Like he's almost like something's going on with it. I feel like there's some more to. There might be some more Matthew Lillard in our future, Scream wise. I don't think it's something to completely rule out. So, when are we getting married? Says Athena. I believe Athena is the same person that tweeted at me earlier saying, when we getting married? And I said, will you? I think you said, will you marry me? And I was like, yeah, sure. You know, why not? I'm not doing anything. I'm bored. So sure. Why not? Why not? So sometime soon. Who's gonna officiate the wedding is the real question here. So 2 lives in 1 day. Sweet. Listen. This is the same live. Let's make that very clear. Which, by the way, what's crazy? 50 people are in this chat right now. We had 60 people at one point. We've had like 50 people consecutively this whole live. Like it's been going up and down, but like that's insane. Thank you all for hanging out with me for this long. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'd listen to some guy talk about horror movies for this long, but regardless, I appreciate it. You all are the best. Seriously, I appreciate it. So thank you guys for stopping by. Monsters Unleashed is my son's favorite movie. Nice! First movie he watched all the way through and launched his lifelong love for Scooby-Doo. The kid is obsessed. That's great! That's wonderful. That's really good to hear. I fucking love Scooby-Doo. So, Jake getting marriage proposals like a boss. Hell yeah! Let's go! 69 likes. Nice. That's what I gotta say about that. Nice. Absolutely nice. We need a good, yes. I real quickly want to paint a picture for y'all about something I want to see in Scream 5, or Scream 6, I mean. I want a scene where we're in this big ol' studio, like think like Rockefeller Plaza, like think like where they, that's the same place where they shoot SNL. Think this big, like massive building, okay? We're on like the 69th floor. Let's say that. I like that. Gail's show is being shot on the 69th floor of this skyscraper in New York. And we get a sequence, okay? Maybe it's late at night, okay? Gail Weathers has been staying here after hours. For whatever reason, she had to stay late. It doesn't matter. Why does it matter? It really doesn't. She's here late. And she's here, she's vibing, she's hanging out with some people. Maybe she's talking to some people. Maybe she's getting to an argument about something about the show. She's like, no, I wanted to look us. Listen, we're telling the story this way, okay? Like, she's got her Gail energy epic. She's got the energy going. The Gail Weathers energy is up to 100, okay? We get this conversation. She's left alone. She's just hanging out in her office or something. Maybe she's sitting on the studio set. She's looking at her phone. She's thinking about Dewey. She's kind of upset. Maybe she feels like something is lost without him. She slowly thinks about him, looking at her phone, maybe looking at an old picture like, oh God, I long for Dewey. Then she gets a call from an unknown number. It's the first time in the entire Scream, the entire Scream franchise where Gail finally gets to talk to Ghostface on the phone in a call where it's like, and it sets up a chase scene and it's like, hello, Gail. That's not how Ghostface will sound at all, but it's going nuts. And then suddenly, we get this crazy fucking chase scene after this really badass question and answer between her and between Gail Weathers and Ghostface. And Gail is done with Ghostface at this point. Like, she has gone through this 5 effing times. She is done. Then she just goes, oh my God, it's amazing chase scene. Here's what I imagine. Chase scene with like all this rain and stuff going on outside. You can see New York City in the background and all that, and it's dark outside. We're getting a chase scene with all these gorgeous wide shots with these windows, and it's Gail Weathers getting chased. How cool would that be? I hope it doesn't end up in a death. But regardless, I just think that would be really cool. I think that would be awesome. Ghostface Fanatic with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, my dude. Thank you. Hello, how are you doing? I got a question. Did you hear that about Kristen Stewart from Twilight saying that she turned down Scream 4 and is talking about being in Scream 6? Did you hear about that? I think I read that article about Kristen Stewart possibly wanting to return for a Scream 6, or actually be in a Scream film, that is. I feel like it might have been weird with Kristen Stewart as in the role of I believe she was going to play Jill, right? Like, I don't know. I love Emma Roberts, honestly. I actually really like Emma Roberts. I think she kills it in that movie. She's awesome. Kristen Stewart playing a character now in Scream 6 would be interesting. I think she's pretty underrated, man. I really liked her in this movie called Underwater. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. Not the best movie ever. I think the script is iffy here and there, but like she leads it. She leads it really well, I think. For me, when TJ Miller dies, which is not really a spoiler in Underwater, come on, let's be honest, it's pretty translated before it happens. I kind of lose interest. I think she's great. Like when she's on screen, it's cool, but like the rest of the characters don't really hold up the movie. But Kristen Stewart's great. I would love to see her in Scream 6. I think she could kill it. How old is Kristen Stewart though? That's my question. I don't think I know that. Because depending on her age, I'm curious. So she's 32. Yeah, she could still play like a college student who's maybe been there for like a long time, you know, maybe she plays a character who's been in college for like a really long time and can't quite get her degree, something along those lines. That could actually be cool. I'd almost be down to see like an older character like that. That could be interesting. So I know you probably talked about this 1 million times, but what do you want to see happen in the new Scream movie? Listen, it's okay. I talk about a lot of things a million times. First of all, Athena, and for the future person I'm going to marry, I might as well answer this question. But what do I want to see in the new Scream movie? I want to see something different. I really want to see something just utterly different. I want to see something where it's just not Scream 2 again. That's a big thing for me. I think with this next film, I want to see Radio Silence make their movie. With Scream 5, I don't necessarily agree with this, but Fate Decided talks a lot about how Scream 5 was kind of their fan film. They kind of had to make a movie where it was like similar to a typical Scream format. They had to get their foot in the door. And I understand that. I think it's kind of disparaging to call Scream 5 just like their fan film, because I think it's a lot more than that. I think they did a lot with it that's really interesting. But I think what's cool about the franchise moving forward is now Radio Silence can kind of do whatever they want with this next film. And I really hope they don't just take the same approach that they did with Scream 5 for Scream 6. I hope this is a whole new approach. What they do with this next film is something we've never seen before with the Scream franchise in general. I want to see something totally new, something totally different, something we've never seen before. And what I mean by that is don't go the same route of take your characters to college and, we have, Mindy dies in a van somewhere. We have one of the killers is Richie's mother. We have a killer is Billy Loomis, his long lost somebody, a second cousin that's been third removed and all that. Give me something different. I want to see something I've never seen before in the Scream franchise. Give me a character who has a motivation that is nothing like the other 5 films. Because I talked about this in a video recently about how the first 3 movies, the motive ultimately boils down to revenge against Sidney Prescott for whatever. And then in 4, it's all about fame. In 5, it's all about the stab movies. And I appreciate that the last 2 movies had a different motivation. Get the biggest thing I want to see from Scream 6, though, totally different motive. Give me a motive for the Ghostface killer that we have never seen. Don't make it just boil down to revenge against Sidney or against Sam. We've seen the revenge thing play out 3 times. Give me something else. Give me something new. Give me something different. Ghostface Fanatic with another $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I can see Radio Silence making Dewey the mastermind in some capacity because they're new writers and directors and are not Wes Craven. I truly believe he was the mastermind in Scream 1996. I will say, listen, as much as I love Radio Silence, you have a point. They're not quite Wes Craven. I think what Wes Craven did so well is he was able to let the boil, like he was really able to let things like come down here with the heat, and then he would like slowly raise it up to a boil, and it was like, something crazy, and then immediately it goes right back down here. He takes the pot off the stove, he throws the water out, and he starts it again. That's a really weird metaphor that I'm running with, but I think it makes sense. With Scream 5, we kind of just took things immediately to a boil and had that splashed in our face, and it was crazy, and it was shocking, and it was awesome. But with this next film, I really want to see things start to just boil up a little more and get a little crazy. But with Dewey being a mastermind, I don't know how I feel about that because he's very dead. I feel like it's kind of hard to argue that he's still alive. I mean, we quite literally saw his organs fall onto the ground in the last flick. It might be tough to do that it might be pretty tough to make that happen, but I don't know, man. I mean, and listen, anything is possible in a horror movie. I think there's still a possibility of Stu coming back, which you guys know how I feel about that. I'm kind of on the fence about it. They got to do it in a right capacity, but bringing characters back is not an easy thing to accomplish. So you got to do it. You got to do it the right way. That's how I see it. Dewey is definitely suspicious in the 1996 film too. I will say that. So, Ty Henderson, what is going on? I would love for me to see three opening scenes. Is that what you're saying? In the same atmosphere in Scream 6, mostly audience that has seen one of them while the others seen another one. Oh, like you're saying, like every single movie has a different opening scene. That could be really interesting. That'd be really tough to do. I pitched before Scream 5 came out. I was like, how cool would it be if every single movie that they put out, like every single theater they sent their movie to, they sent it with a different ending. Like they filmed 3 different endings and they just randomly, and then we're all arguing on the internet like, no, that wasn't the killer. This person was the killer. And it's like, we're technically all right. I believe someone pointed out that they did that for Clue when it came out. But I just think that why not bring that into Scream? I have no problem with that at all. That would be a phenomenon. That would be like something that we would never forget about the Scream franchise ever again. Listen, with the first film, they blew our minds by killing the biggest, highest listed actress in the entire film in the first 11 minutes. That's insane. That blew everyone's mind back in 1996. I almost feel like they could do that again. If they gave us every single movie that goes to the theater, there's 3 different endings, and you can write it off however you want. Maybe there's one ending that's like, okay, this is actually how it ended for the next movie to make that make sense. But I almost wouldn't be against a Scream 6 where we have 3 different endings with different killers throughout. That could be really cool and really interesting. So it's cool that you bring that up because it's something I've talked about in the past. So what's up with Kirby in Scream 6, asks Aiden Jones. Like, to me, I feel like it's gotta be a little more than just like an Easter egg. You know, it's gotta be a little more than just like, oh, hey, Kirby's back. Cool. Because if they just bring Kirby back, I've already said this like 3 times in this live stream, but like, if they just bring her back to bring her back and it's like, hey, cool, Kirby's here. Awesome. I liked Kirby in 4, so I like Scream 6 now. Like, don't do that. Give me some more. Have her naturally come into the story for whatever reason, and have her play a very vital, important role to the story itself. With Judy Hicks, she was important to the last film because we got her son introduced as a main character, and also involves one of the coolest kill sequences in the entire film, I think. I almost wish we could have expanded upon her character a little more. Actually, another reason she was super important was because she's now the sheriff of Woodsboro. So I think that's cool, and we also have it explains why Dewey is no longer on the force. Who would get the sheriff's role? Judy Hicks, of course. So she's the only other big character that we know that is on the police force. So it makes a lot of sense for her to come back for Scream 5. So for Scream 6, show me something. Give me some importance. Why is Kirby here? Why is she important to the plot? I need something. If you were to play a character in the new Scream movie, what would your character be like? Well, that's a really good question, because I would probably want to, of course I would want to play the killer. Like, I would want to be like kind of suspicious the whole time, you know, maybe a little, ooh, what's going on with that character? That's kind of weird. Something I've always thought was interesting about the Scream franchise is we have a lot of high school characters who become the killer a lot. This is something very common with the Scream movies. It happens in a lot of them. I would want to play a character who's like blatantly obvious the killer, but then maybe I don't end up being the killer. Maybe I have a gruesome death, but I also would love to have a 3rd act villain speech at the same time. I would love to just absolutely go fucking nuts. So I would love to play like a character who's kind of sus and kind of like the weird kid at school who ends up being the killer the whole time. Or maybe I'm like super popular. Like maybe I'm like the super popular character who ends up being like super crazy. I don't know. That could be fun. I would love to be if I could be like I said, I would be the tree in the background if I could in a Scream movie. So what is going on? Arethe Kyrie 20. I hope I pronounced that correctly. What if in Scream 6 there are 3 killers? Three killers is one of those things where I feel like we need an explanation as to why there's three killers. Are we going to go the cult route? Like, are we going to go the cult route where it's like, oh, hey, yeah, there's three killers because there's an entire cult of ghost faces and we've been working in secret for this long time. That could be cool. I'd be down for three killers. It would be different. It would be harder to figure out who everybody is, I think, because you're always kind of looking for one person, but then it ends up being two. So then if you're looking for two people and it ends up being three, that's also kind of a shock. But give me a justification as to why you're doing that, I think. Ghostface Fanatic with the $10, another $10 super chat. Ghostface Fanatic is always killing it in these live streams. I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Knowing these new directors, I feel like they would try to bring Dewey back, but again, the character of Dewey was established by Wes Craven, so Dewey is not a Radio Silence character. That's interesting that you say that. So that makes me question their approach to all of the new characters with the ones they've already established, the characters that the legacy characters as well. I want to know what Radio Silence is thinking about their characters. Which ones do they value more? Do they value the characters they've created, or do they value the legacy characters more? Because I kind of hope they value their characters they've created, because I want to see these characters fully developed. I want to see them become fully fleshed out and fully just bring them up to the status of the legacy characters. At least try. If you don't at least try to do that with this next film, I'm going to be kind of disappointed. So for me, I really, if they bring back Dewey, if they do something along those lines, like they bring back old characters, justify it, justify it, make it make sense. Make it some kind of something for some reason. Give me a reason to do it. That's what I say. I also say, is Radio Silence, I want to ask the question, is Radio Silence valuing their new characters, or are they going to listen to like this very vocal group of people who don't like the new characters? And that's fine if you don't like them. Like I said, I think these characters haven't been developed enough for you to really like them that much yet. So in this next film, we have to develop them, or else we're not going to like them as much. I feel like Sam is a really underdeveloped character at the moment that we need some more time to learn about. Give me some more reasons to like this character, as well as Tara, as well as Mindy, as well as Chad. So let's see what happens in this next film. I'm excited. Ghostface Fanatic, once again, thank you so much for all the super chats. You're an absolute MVP on these streams, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hawkins House of Horror. I just really like saying that. Said Rob Zombie getting a hold of a Friday the 13th edition or a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. We need those editions. So how do you? I see you really like Rob Zombie. I like his style. I feel like maybe some of the movies that he's done don't necessarily work with his style. Like, I feel like his Halloween movies, not exactly the best choice for I don't think Rob Zombie was the best choice to direct a new Halloween flick. With Friday the 13th, on the other hand, I could see it working because, like Kat says, Zombie is so gritty and sex-driven. I miss the thousands. I feel like his style would work really fucking well with a Friday the 13th film. That's just my opinion. I feel like he could absolutely kill it with one of those films because the Friday movies are rooted in grittiness and, well, sex. So, like, he would kill it, I think, with that, personally. I'm not saying I don't like his movies. I just feel like his style doesn't necessarily work with all the projects he's been attached to. That's another thing I want to make clear. I do really like his movies, but sometimes they can feel like this. Just an absolute smash to the face, and you just things you weren't expecting. Once again, things aren't set up all that well sometimes, but sometimes he absolutely knocks it out of the park. For example, The Devil's Rejects, which is just an amazing film through and through. I really enjoyed that one, and House of a Thousand Corpses too. So, what's up, Flash Skywalker 13 popped in to say, hey Jake, hey everyone, hope you all are having a terrific day. Writing an essay right now, so back to it. Well, thanks Flash for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you kill it with the essay. And I hope if you're almost done with classes or college, high school, whatever, I hope you're almost through with it. I hope you're almost done there. So, how do the Meeks really feel about Sam's grandmother killing their Uncle Randy? Interesting. Screams some motive. Yeah, that is a good point. Sam's grandmother technically is the one who killed Randy. So there you go. How do they feel about that? Do they even know about that? Has that been something that gets brought? Will that be something that gets brought up in Scream 6 And could that once again be a motive? A killer motive? Interesting. I would be very interested to see some kind of debate about that. Maybe it gets brought up in this next film, and we have Mindy be a red herring in this next flick. I think that could be really cool. That's something I haven't even thought about yet, Michaela. Thanks for throwing that out there. That's really, really interesting. I might actually talk about that in the video. That is that interesting to me. Because you could do a lot with that. You could do I need to organize my desk, y'all. Your boy's got a lot going on. So I'm gonna write that down actually. That's quite interesting. Mindy dislikes Sam for killing for Mrs. Loomis. I'm just gonna write that down. Interesting. I might bring that up. At some point. I might develop a theory about that. Ghostface Fanatic with another super chat. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate it. I don't like Rob Zombie's Halloween personally. It was just terrible, especially the second one. That one was worse. Laurie had illusions about a horror. Yeah, the second film's pretty rough. Like I said, I think Rob Zombie is amazing. Like, I love his music. I love some of his movies, but sometimes he kind of misses for me sometimes. It really depends on what we're talking about. I don't know if the Munsters is another good choice for Rob Zombie, but hey, who knows? We'll see. What movies am I forgetting of his? 31 is good. Three from Hell. I still need to. No, I saw that. I saw 3 from Hell. 31's the one I need to see. I like all those movies, honestly. House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, 3 from Halloween. I just said 3 from Halloween. 3 from Hell. 3 from Hell is a pretty interesting movie. Definitely the weakest of that trilogy, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. So, The Lords of Salem. I didn't care for The Lords of Salem. Wasn't too big a fan of that one. I wish I liked it more. But yeah, Rob Zombie directed that one too. So there you go. But yeah, I think with Rob Zombie's Halloween, I love the brutality that he brought to it. That was really cool. I actually really like the girl they cast as Laurie Strode. I actually think she kills it. But yeah, like, I don't know. That second one's pretty rough. The second one introduces a lot of ideas that is just like, it's not even a Halloween film at a certain point. The horse thing is weird. For the longest time, I thought it was a unicorn, so I still say that. It's not a unicorn, so. I want to hang with you and Mason Gooding. Thanks, man. I would 100% hang out with you and Mason Gooding. That would be awesome. That would be nuts. The conversation. Oh my God, the conversation about horror movies would be crazy. That would be awesome. I gotta have some more people on the stream, by the way. I really gotta stream with some more people. I miss doing that. I like talking to y'all. It's always a good time, but I also like having some guests every now and then. The next time I stream, I might do that. I might stream tomorrow morning though, so I might actually see if Bearded Entertainment is free, because the man is always killing it in these streams. So I started thinking, wouldn't it be such a Scream move if Mindy is the killer and makes Randy's Candyman's daughter comment in 2 come true? Wow. That is meta. Now, you want to talk about something that's meta? Wow. Okay. That just ripped my face off. I'm going to be totally honest with you. That's really interesting. Ooh. Okay. That could be really cool. Mindy might actually be the killer in this next movie. Damn, you all are really convincing me of that. Wow. That's a really interesting thought. All love all. I like that. That's pretty cool. We're on YouTube. I can't comment on that, but I can do this. I can do this with my hands. So, yeah. But with the next film, if they decide to make one of these legacy characters, not legacy characters, if they decide to make one of the survivors the new Ghostface killer in Scream 6, like Mindy, Chad, Tara, even something along those lines, something totally out there. I need a I need a really good reason. I need a really, really damn good reason to make Mindy the killer. And that right there is it. I was going to go on this whole rant about like, oh, maybe that wouldn't work. But all just kind of ripped my face off. I'm speechless at how interesting that would be and how freaking meta that would be. So. Mindy introduced us to requels. Rewatch Scream. Lots of loopholes with Mindy. She was too chill at the party for introducing rules and only gets stabbed in the shoulder. Yeah, and wasn't a whole lot of help in that third act. Also kind of sus, Michaela. I like it. You know what? I'm doing a whole video on Mindy being the killer. I'm gonna give this a lot of thought. I'm gonna give that a lot of thought. Mindy is the killer? ? The more y'all talk about it, the more it makes sense. I like it. So y'all, I'm going to end the stream here because I got a 7:20 showing of Men that I'm going to go see. I'm very, very, very excited to see that movie. Alex Garland's new flick, his third directorial debut. So I'm probably going to go see that. But if you guys want to see my review of that comes out later tonight, probably around like 11 o'clock is when that'll come out. So if you guys are still up, still hanging, still want some horror content out there, and maybe you just came out of Men too. Maybe you were just like, oh, I'm going to see Alex Garland's new flick tonight too. Well, guess what? I got a review of it coming out. So make sure to check that out if you can. I want to thank everyone for your just incredible support. I don't say this enough. I seriously, like, it's crazy. I get to wake up and I get to do this every single day, and it's just it's been a dream come true for the past month and a half. I almost have tears in my eyes a little bit after this stream. Wow. I mean, seriously, it's just been so much fun to talk to you guys about horror and to do all this. It's amazing. So thank you guys for stopping by the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I don't know. That's all I got to say. Thank you for hanging out with me. This was a crazy stream. So thank you guys so much. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.